yes, why in a support on an Akufo-Addo say me canokre? Yeah. Asante Mema, I was his campaign coordinator. Now, Frekro be so beba. Bani ejinem. Media de bia me pebebia. I try to make impossible possible.
Dear day now.
Oh, Palmer. Me, Gusawe. Akufo-Addo ba no fra sam me. Me kwa no Twitter na konya.
Yes. Oh, Palmer. Oh, Palmer. Oh, friend is say.
Oh, Palmer. Oh, Palmer. 8 solid years. Oh, Palmer na mother.
8 solid years. One fraud.
President Kufo, you call Doctor and if you know and no Christ. This is how we prepare party. This is how we build the foundation. Kai omo ma bre asofa. Went me am one cry picking it back. Anyway.
Omo bre no NPP kai omo
party na win the cry. So, near the akoshe fie, near ye, na we ye minua. Where you me mommy? Hey, say no almost Sunday be election ya. You forget it. First, now won't be. Nankatafu for be kumacho man. Because of ballot boss.
Yeah, me kai.
And then macho man ba. Why never sorry about? They should learn. Sa no kra ne catch party in penifona. Ya ibinti ase. Libya boga, you lose ye. Ya no motoa na isamelsa or the information me ma we no Pullman couple or no party no bam da be big men the frame cancer Poma what kind of crack asem na bam ye lose in penny for MPP before bomb abaso because I am one of the young guys sir me standing for almost 2 years kind of election I say adie ko nye and MPP penny for ni nyina omo gabi untibi Dana Akufo-Addo behavior chairman yanka and why na bema that time. That is why I support Kodua.
Justin Kodua from Pong.
Still maintain I them so no go so.
Sir. General Secretary.
Kodua started say all fighting and Akufo-Addo. Say executives ni nyina ta na chi yen chenyi ken wan say.
We do baby we can for ya.
Ken for ya.
Yen reshuffle. Yen say Kodua nya wonya supporter. Me do
for esaso mama kwa babio ye cheche mo yedama se Owia na se a ena nije wo Owia na se ena ahomkan wo Owia na se ena ye fa adwene twatwa adwene keka ne masie ne a eyeye aho ena ye fa plans woni ye keka ne manyina ede sie ni ema ebeye enhira ede ema ye nti awiei so waka ye ho ewo Owia television so a awiei yeda wase se oni yen ehia wo dwumadi so ya to dwumadi ne din se Montie Nwaje so yetie Montie ozi yetie Montie meda se so waje me so yetie midin ede nana Yaw Boamah amanfo fra me libia boga dwumede me na medi hu tia me Dominic Kwaku Boaten Kukua Veronica Jando Akosua Somua ya Grace Simon nana Yaw Asante Boatem ni nyina etama chima bebia wo bia no yetimi abane ya ba besom ye ka wo se o hwe yen wo Owia television so no na wo sa so tie yen our precise 105.9 FM precise 105.9 FM so na etwagu e wo so dendenden sa so the streaming live our social media platforms ni nyina so oko Facebook wa hwehwe Owia TV oko Facebook wa hwehwe Owia TV ena sa oko YouTube so a hwehwe Owia TV official ene Owia TV official ene Owia TV ena sa oko TikTok so a Owia TV official also so you stream live or honomo wadwenkyere ene unsusie fa beka ho our social media platforms no so na yenkenkan emfa ema o de oduru honomo a bebi a wasa like no like bebi a wasa wo share no share sort ya share na subscribe to your pages ni nyina na ene papa ena Owia TV Paul Amantem osredi kamfo ye de esomo de biada so ho say WhatsApp message and answer text message obetimi de aba beka ho ɛwɔ 0243 220044 so 0243 220044 so hwɛ mmerɛ no a na gye sɛ no miensa abapa ho sima be na duonu enum anesa so hu no miensa abapa ho sima aduonu enum ye de dwumadie ebro efiti samre kosi se no nsia beba news team ne beba be somu no ye ba be dwendwen Ghana ho ne yesinkonya de afa Ghana ho ne ato adwene de afa Ghana ho na ososo do adwen kyeraba ne nyina the development of Ghana inti na wiei ye ne mo ehia Montie dwumadie so sene da bia da ye no quickly ye basa no a ensem ne bia esisie yedi kan bobo bi so de kyerem ofise bi wo no a ya na opese wo tie ne bio ebi wo so a wante ne ye opese wo sate na ote ase ye ene bi wo so agese esa bo akire ene enimdifo bi de ho nkomo ekirechirem eba ba mu ye ansa na otimi ate ase na wo so no wo de afa adwene eno nti ne ya na yehia yebobo ensem no so kakra eso ede emamo no awiei yebobo ensem no so kakra emfa emamo ya de bo ba hyase ede free tomatoes a ene nipa pinu a ekire se wan hwe a free next week ikono ebe short wo Ghana ha se ho be din e Ghana ha se no na Bank of Ghana governor Dr. Johnson Esiama ena wakasa de afa ho se na no de Burkina Faso aban na ye no a o se wa ba ne tomatoes se omakwan emi bi magana se bi no de okane se braso se Ghana for se daya yen sore na yankase yentutu ye niema yankase yenye niema ye na enkoba so meye se ne nyankopa asia ye wo sira ye se no na still ye ni kwakoto Burkina Faso so mo na enian toes na omumre ye bini o se basa na entwe ye Dr. Johnson Esiama nsemo a wode atudwa eni.
You know, Ghana is what they call a small open economy, a commodity, exporting country. Huge vulnerabilities. We are so susceptible when it comes to movements in commodity prices. So where we are is unacceptable. Now that last year we've been able to bring about macroeconomic stability, now is the time for us to move, to take care of some of these vulnerabilities. And one of the ways, as you mentioned, is greater diversification. Last week at MPC, we discussed at length. If you look at our non-traditional exports, for example, it accounts for just about 10% of our export revenues. And yet a lot of them, have been around for some time. What can we do? And I remember we mentioned Gexim. We mentioned GEPA. What are they doing? And then we're discussing, the risk posed by the Burkina crisis. These are, to me, opportunities. And so we decided to set up a small group. We are going to be working with the Ministry of Agriculture. We'll work with Gexim. We'll work with GEPA. I mean, the thing is, if Burkina bans exports of tomatoes, why should it become a crisis in Ghana? And then we are asking, we had some reps from the Ministry of Agric. They attended MPC, so we're discussing it. Apparently, there are certain parts in Ghana, Agogo and a few other areas, where the same variety can be grown. And so I was asking, what are we waiting for? We have 500,000, young people looking for work to do. We have money with Ghana Exim Bank. Right? And we have the varieties, onions. They told us onions take about 3 to 4 months to mature. And so I said, what are we waiting for? The Burkina issue is actually a wake-up call. And in fact,
the governor of Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Esiama, and yetene can say the SCA no Burkina Faso omo bani omo tomatoes omo maybe Ghana biono. Ghana see daya yen sorry o a wake up call a economic opportunity de Ghana. I was see a grab war na ye utilize ye se Ghana Exim Bank with skada honum ye won sasi yantam ye wo ye nikura ye about 500,000 Ghanaian youth almost so more pay juma ye. Now no security recruitment exercise no an example over 500,000 Ghanaian youth and apply ye. Almost to one more day. Let's get them to work. Na yentimi enya into CB na yendi. Dr. Johnson Esiama ensem enono. Ora Johnson Esiedun ketia national chairman edema NDC amanyuku no owa Ashanti region or say odidase na no 2024 elections no or she vote free Ashanti region baye and then NDC amanyuku omo seat wa Ashanti region parliamentary seat no wono agibia ka ho or say or catch MPP for say those days no and na MPP for kasa Ashanti region almost stronghold or see ne asesa MPP for ntimi nyina ba bia nkasa Ashanti region almost stronghold NDC take over and in fact one more take over Ashanti region
MPP for
national chairman de ma NDC
MPP for no kura nya t-shirt ya wo be se enu ntimo mfa kokodro nkokrom na ya nyire ya ho na ya nyi seat ya esese dia esese eje enu nti wo mo ya adwuma no wo mo ntra wo mo nkonya so na ebinum edisika beba se we onisika metumu me ebrebrenya branch chairman ya party e power de me na me branch chairman me wotumi metumi de akoye bibi ya basremo obi a wabri ni moja ni ya adwuma no na yatimi amba power no uko disika echi se wo gisika no apam no afiri ho campaign beduru biem ukona ko freni pado se yenkoye campaign obeka se fa usika no esuma sika no na enko house to house.
The national chairman of the ruling NDC, Ura Johnson Esiedun Ketia, na proba obo ewa Ashanti region. Thank you to and onemu and ensemu APP eba ebi esoso and yede ato monimno. Yanto aso yedemo eko parliament. Na busia for parliament yedemo eko no yate se the minority our more parliament ya one of my ensem twefo nhyiamu amanfo say as a press conference in the minority no so but yes also omo serve as a check on the ruling government so home omo minority no so mo call manu tum na se bibi koso ya na nyeni nyina na Ghana for kra yete so mo twi Ghana for adwene siso a na yesusu ehunu se oh se bibi sei koso a ho behia se nyina ye boa na yeteretena ban no na minority na kire se NDC aban amampani John Dramani Mahama edianimu omo eye niema bi titru ne mampani se efrimro obedi ade yi ne nua Ibrahim Mahama ne private jet a watoi enua na obekọ ba bi a wotim na obubusa se sabrei unua ne private jet a wotitim no yesu untia ka bia Ghana moka bia wo ho Ghana ntia kapre bia manu ya wode ema ye free mpedimfo so se eja ade ye free ade e fo se be mpredua ho we de eja ohun ye kwase ya bibi so ohun na wode ma ye se china bi unua Ibrahim Mahama sore se ope bibi e wa baamu a adoye ya unua yi eno no e ma ne nkoba se o ade ne yemfa ma no kro ye papa deda enko hadwene saa ena biam so mate se Ibrahim Mahama takwada man go first man si okwa koje na enei wona akwa yeso adwuma wono mbusa sesa esa we ya mampani John Dramani Mahama o twade ato wonom no e dangerous ehu na hu behia se ye bekasa ede etia na empo investigations ebekoso efa mampani John Dramani Mahama oni nua Ibrahim Mahama sane omusi ye omune mafa nansen ora ampretuma woye MP ma adesia ewo mampon oni di minority nanim ensentwefo nhyiamu yi entesi no sika na
minority is formally considering a joint petition of civil society organizations, professional bodies and concerned citizens on both the private jet arrangements and the Damai mine process as two manifestations of the same constitutional breach. The NPP, when it forms the next government in 2029, 7th January, will conduct a full forensic review of every aspect of this transaction: the pre-bid conduct, the Commission's internal communications, the tender committee deliberations, the financing arrangements, the mobilization timeline, and every contract and letter exchanged. Those who manipulated this process will be identified. Those who benefited illegitimately will be held to account.
Openi Kwabena Mprechuma woye MP ma this year wo Asante Mampong wa Ashanti region eno de minority nanim emo ye nsemtwefo nhyiamu we ni nyina Mampeni John Dramani Mahama ni Nuyekuma Ibrahim Mahama ne plane ne private jet de bia wotitimu no eno mo kasade etia ene Ghana Japade bia o matese Ibrahim Mahama ekwa akogye wo takwa daman na go force for bebi omutu omugod no ene yatese Ibrahim Mahama na ekwa akogye no wayeso adwuma odomo kire se emunti ase ne say contract no omo sign say Ghana benya say ne de afrim ena oyeso adwuma for how many years we questions a minority no wonomo ebusa for omo ehwe ne mo say answers ebeba yentwa so na enura ne beto dwase Mampeni John Dramani Mahama yenim so America mem United Nations General Assembly meeting ekoso ena Mampeni ewo asiebie na Mampeni ebekone yenim se Ghana yafa de bia to ye ho so a ye ho adwuma o UN se yamansa kamunko United Nations begia tum ene eye transatlantic eye slave trader ekoso ene ayakayaka de ene ye de ko bibini efaso se beye na broni begia tum se nipa bibini suso no eye nipa na se bi ye nya aboa se ne du ba bia omo fi se ye nnoy nom ne ade no entesa na echopa bi ne mpatable no a yemfama bibini enra ebeto dwase Mampeni na semu a okokan no wonom agye atumu a womo ewie ye okan ne nsem wie ya womo eto so aba ewo UN General Assembly meeting ase no egese Ghana ye di nkunimu a ose bonko a na eba se ye na manfo busa se na no de emfaso na Ghana benya de free so de na ewomu na msoma Professor Kojo Apiagye Atua woye international law lecturer at Ghana School of Law Professor Eddie Atuga se wom se enema no osebo aba Ghana yetimi aye ama motion ya jatum UN General Assembly meeting asede nanso se beye adwuma no o se edin se beye adwuma pa ma ya jatum ade no ye nya so mfaso enani kire no o se ohunu se edin papa na se no se kire mu ne.
The AU is adopting to deal with this matter because going through the General Assembly system is something that has been done before. And if you understand the UN system and the process, at the General Assembly, which is supposed to be the most democratic organ of the UN, because there every country has one vote, irrespective of your size and the amount of contribution you give to the UN. But when votes are cast on issues such as this, they are not binding, they are not legally binding, they're only recommendatory or advisory. And so we don't look at the number of people that voted or the number of countries that voted, but the number of countries, the nature or the kind of countries that didn't vote or even voted for. So if you look at the structure as a Christian, if you look at the voting pattern, we see 123 countries voting, 3 voting against, and about 50-something abstaining. And the abstention is more or less a diplomatic way of saying no to the resolution. So I don't see much difference between that and those who voted against. Now the question then is implementation. Big powers voted against it or abstained. And that is how the UN General Assembly resolutions and declarations work. We have been there before. In the 1970s, the new independent states at the time introduced a new international economic order, and ingrained in that is the same issue of slavery and colonialism and so on. It came to naught because the big powers, the former colonial masters, voted against it.
Professor or Professor of International Law and Human Rights at University of Ghana Law School, Ora Kojo Apiagye Atua, ena yete no enka no na enra sa abasobo yi ene anigi aba Ghana yi ene ebibrem nyina menka ne se we de eye abasobo a eko ede ama Africa ne any black man bia black community ne de eko ede my name Ghana ye ne ye fans no kesipa because yen ena lead sa advocacy we ene okon we ye ne di animu a ene enkunim ede abana enkunim bae no onu to say Ghana de se bibi sa ba ye parties akese ni mienu NPP ni NDC won betwene sa we chesem na me ye we chesem na me start ye we chesem o misum na be wie ni ye esakwakoye twema me ntwe wo NPP ni NDC omo entem kakra na enne ye so yemfa nto ye ho so na yenko na kwasi brenika bi se book no lie what you say na yenko hwe se eho asem etesei na ye cheke kakra no na ye hu se enkomo we no mampani dada na nado danko akufu ado penso ono soso on start yen kan se on share sa nkomo we ase e wo UN General Assembly meeting ase na me kai pa se UN General Assembly meeting na toso 78 the 78th UN General Assembly meeting ekoso New York dano na 20th September 2023 na 20th September 2023 dano na Wednesday President Dada Nana Danko Akufo-Addo yentie no emna na UN General Assembly meeting ekoso na sa transatlantic slave trade nya de na okasa de afa ho any compensation e wo so mo de mayen ene mpatanom nya de yentie mampeni Dada Nana Danko
changing, and it is time to bring the subject of reparations firmly to the fore. Granted, the current generations are not the ones that engaged in the slave trade, but that grant in human enterprise was state-sponsored and deliberate, and its benefits are clearly interwoven with the present-day economic architecture of the nations that designed and executed it. Reparations must be paid for the slave trade. No amount of money will ever make up for the horrors, but it would make the point that evil was perpetrated, that millions of productive Africans were snatched from the embrace of our continent and put to work in the Americas and the Caribbean without compensation for their labor. If there are any hesitations in some minds about the paying of reparations, it is worth considering the fact that when slavery was abolished, the slave owners were compensated.
Mampeni Dada Nana Danko Akufo-Addo sa brenwa na 20th September 2023 20th September 2023 na Wednesday wo New York abonten so ode sansem ye tudwa UN General Assembly meeting ase na yankwai na mampeni John Dramani Mahama soso ifri be se a week nie a wo New York we kra de menka se a week okoya ko Caribbean Foreign Affairs Minister Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa eko Caribbean nom ne ade ene so hu ebibrema mama mpanimfo African leaders yi oni bi hiehyia ne ade kwa America di kan kra ene the black community in America omo ye very influential no oni bi ko hiehyia di nkomo na chese ye Ghana support so hu ye boa twetwe amanfo adwene de esiso na yentie mampani John Dramani Mahama emra na oye presentation or kasa de afasa transatlantic slave trade yi and here hu here say no see convince abrofo no de afa the final minutes the final days no yenti mampani John Dramani Mahama kakra.
Each step bringing us closer to the kind of world we would want to leave for our children. And so delegates on this beautiful day in March were called to stand on the right side of history. Let it be recorded that when history beckoned, we did what was right for the memory of the millions who suffered the indignity of the slave trade and those who continue to suffer racial discrimination. Let our vote on this resolution restore their dignity and humanity. Working to abolish slavery, a system in which people make other people work for long hours with no pay. The sad fact, he explains, is that Slavery has existed everywhere in the world for thousands of years. Here in the United States, Black history courses are being removed from school curricula. Schools are being mandated to stop teaching students about the truth of slavery, segregation, and racism in American history courses. Books about those topics are being banned in schools and public libraries. Museums, art centers, and other institutions whose budgets rely in any way on public funds are being prohibited from scheduling exhibitions and programs or from displaying materials promoting racial awareness or Black history.
President John Dramani Mahama until the final days, and on the day enra voting, see a convince union blacks, black community, a convince we are singing na yenya supporter yenya emenran kunim ebaye na yebubi edi akire mu no enti nyina ayesese twema menhwe kakra beto above MPP ne NDC intem we chese me na me start here we chese we dey fans ya ene aye na ekurim die we aba te ho nsem enonom bananke ewese ebenya lawyer na obribu ahene ne di nkomo ono no kire se the truth no krebi ohonom a ase MPP ni NDC mampeni na nado dankwa akufado the speech yo koma ye 20th September 2023 ene mampeni John Dramani Mahama speeches a waye our UN General Assembly meeting ase efa slave trade ne transatlantic die hu no office no krebi ewo baabi a sa mampeni mfo yi anka no office ose ehwe na yetene no nke ehwese ebenya na na obrebo ahe production team no behwe se ebenya no na yene no edin komo na or this ano kre no amayen na yanko eye Accra High Court abusafo chairman wuntumi eye chairman ma NPP ewo Asante region na momani tu asa chairman wuntumi case ewo eye court ema na no mbebeka ya court the ruling be by mrana chairman wuntumi ene ne lawyers omako ede akwakoto eye court anim se ebeya omode omo share court na sema wodie efa na illegal mining na akoso ewo atoyema ntemu ene ade ho nsem koye bebrebe no na omo efi sa attorney general no ene state prosecutors no entimi mfa adanse emu odru bia ema ya anu nti wo se court no gina so na bi asem no kreto so mfi se court no emu asem no ngo na chema wontumi emfa no honi ma court no ye se de bi asem no a eda honom no mfi se state attorney no ene attorney generals no state attorneys ene attorney general timi approve bibi nti lawyers no eso so emeka wo mo asem beka ya ye ne lawyer ohene amanko agyan edi nkomo ema ochechire mu ye awiai ya tese another ruling bi so aba bonten ama court ahye by 2nd April womo edi ruling ebeba yenkone ne lawyer ohene amanko agyan enkodi enkomo chairman Bernard Ntwibo siakon a amanfo friend ne chairman wuntumi ne lawyers a omo etwitwa ede agye no court no lawyer ohene amanko agyan eka ho bi pa yene no ede enkomo lawyer I thank you anope awiai good afternoon.
Good afternoon Libya Boga
lawyer na mpacho ho ye de
the boy dey adom me ho ye pa awia da ho boy say de
ye de radio say but lawyer make kind statement we Boamah or say the Accra High Court has has 2nd April to rule on application to halt the hearing of MPP Ashanti Regional Chairman Bernard Ntwibo Siakon illegal mining case pending the hearing and determination of a request at the Court of Appeal. Lawyer, as you say, yentiase, as you say, and also you have some for
okay, I Yaw Boamah menchao na menchao producers na chaga na additions awaje bre every na we see programming and nchemu eyetiawa ente na no ameno ekasa e metwe wagency so se na court na ma ruling efa submission of no case ayen de condom court no ama court no ye se yembe open chama wuntumi embe open the defense yenso so the to court na nim say yebe pese yebe je ne ruling no na ya kenkan the ruling ya kenkan wi a ye ho futu a ye de bema eye chema wuntube ye kenkan judge no ne ruling nyina wiye no e de ka chema wuntube ese yesusu se court no rule na o ma ye no emra kwan so no ye gitu ma enye yie enti e wo se ye ko appeal e wo court of appeal enti ya file interlocutory appeal na je se appeal a e wo adantemu e fa sa rule na court no ma ye no ya file appeal e wo sa ruling no ho na enam se court of appeal no je sa ruling no etumu a na je se case no kra na hu hia se ye beto aso nti no ena ye nkrata de akondom court a ye high court a odi asem no se ebe ya on hold to proceedings and I say on twentwen proceedings no so ena the motion on notice say for stay of proceedings pending the determination of appeal na ayaye no eje no na ne ye de akondom court no na court na hye on the 2nd yembra court na yemiti court no so asema obeka dia fasa application for stay of proceedings either condom court no entina wo bisa sa enete
entina je se lawyer se Nyankopon ya adomo 2nd April no se court of appeal ruling ne ba na se ekọ edema chairman wuntumi a asem ne to atwa anamewa
dabi o we ye ko high court se interlocutory appeal no de eno no e wo court of appeal eno ye nyanko okra na ansa na ye be court of appeal de no so no ena ye kan kire high court we no say on twentwen asem no so high court ha na ye tu anamon court of appeal a ye ko tie ne court of appeal be kan e de afa ne ruling na o ma ya e fa submission of no case no no enti ne tie ne say court of appeal de ne de e wo ho e pende na high court no ebe kan say yen to asem no so wa be court of appeal so ma ye hu ya o kan dia for appeal na ye hu a ye no ho nti ne ye kan che high court no say on twentwen so e wo high court o na ye court of appeal na court of appeal no fa na no disem embra na ye hu the position don't forget court of appeal so decision so crampo no appealable chese upa obetimi ase appeal ka dia court Supreme Court.
Okay.
The country high court says no man prepare the who say Jama won't me opinion defense wa blekwa the court of appeal na court of appeal G appeal no tomorrow. There will be no need for any defense send ya. And this application idea condom high court no say judge no on hold on and as on train assembly no so na yen court of appeal no so obema the ruling on the 2nd of April.
Na lawyer so be ka say sa a high court kro no a e na o ka say chairman wuntumi emfa na semomra na nasem no di kan de baye no ofi say the state attorney ne attorney general for no etimi ama mobrofo yi prima facie bi eno nti onfa nasem emra na o me defend no sa high court kro ya na obema ruling 2nd April say ne be ka ne sa de no anwe ana emfa ana
o say eno de who say yen de say ya yen krata de condom court say your corner court no shame on the 2nd na osusu say ono de tintina asem no obeto aso a sa ruling na obema on the 2nd na fa stay of proceedings no eno no so cry appealable eno so cry na betime akọ court of appeal akọ anche court of appeal say mo be kai say the asema be don mo say the ruling na o ma ye no ye no nya adwen enti mo nsan hwem ye call from ho say on stay proceedings no so wabo eno nso so agunti ye ya ba mo ho say mo no mo nhye no na on stay the proceedings wa be kwa mo hwe say ruling na o ma ye no mo be sesa no ana say mo be gya to mana ta mo nyentum
okay
wo say ni ade na tie
Montie ase
eti say o ma hene ewo ho na wode wasem akọ odikuro ho na odikuro no say wasem no wanye antum na so okay wode asem no kọ oman hene ho wode kọ oman hene ho nti no odikuro no so opese oto asem bi no so e na wo wasem kọ odikuro no so odikuro e but asem no kọ oman hene ho nti mpacho na abotre na yentie ni oman hene beka so say onti ase a obogu a obesan akọ oman hene ho say asema me de bedo mo na me call for mo se nka on twentwen so no so de o person president wo di asem no no di wie so na do asem ba na wo de me de ntuma na amane a o kan ni nyina ne se de ayi wu adasem enti no yasen ba mo ho se ene ebe ya mo ankasa na asem no kwa wo mani mo kan che ne se o hold on but one scenario no se ne
Montie ase pa Montie
ani nyina no eye emra na edi ye adwuma se me ntwetwe waso a se ne na no me twe wa agency so no ene ye finance minister yi NPP abreso oni japa case ya high court no the lawyers here submission of no case high court no so mo open no mo defense so mo call court of appeal no answer na obetie o mo asem no na high court no tetin no be kwa asem so
no correct
e do mo se sa ruling na court no anya ntum no court of appeal na court of appeal decision e no stay proceedings no we so no ruling no kan say oni lawyers no ya admin say edi so mo open no mo defense ya na obo asem no go ye e na nam so ama ele ai ato force no ye minister for finance
okay
ejina ye emra na ye de edi tu anamon ya ye tu e na eba criminal prosecution enya mrika tuo gidigidi because obi fa hu de hu asem ne ye kan
no correct
say o kan asem se ya akwanya o te di pan be ko judges mi ensa ho judges mi ensa kana ompene so a obetimi akọ judges enum ho judges enum no kana o mpene so be ko judges so nti no eye ahemfo chine ye ebi di da bi achi saa ne de ye adwuma sise ya
yo lawyer we dey wa cheche mu am ya te ase pa nti e be twen 2nd April no na 2nd April no obebusa se sanko amamo a na ye se yenhwe ne mu se another appeal so be ba na se mo be ready na mo so makwa submit mo case o
se nyama che se 2nd April no ye kona high court judge ne se ono de chinchina ye kwa appeal kwa onte obi case obe kwa asem so a the sad the ruling no be ma no ye be sign atamsa ruling no e de court of appeal the court of appeal and sign sa ruling no so na je se wakonya ruling bienu a epende ewo court of appeal
okay lawyer mate me yeda se pa ne nchechemu a ode amaye nyame nhyira bibia ni so afro yo yeda se obusan for lawyer ohene amankwa agyan ene ye koye ene ne kokodi enkomo no ne nyina ye chema wontumi ne case a ewo high court wa enei court no ede eye ensemaba bonti nyina ye se ono ne lawyers ni mum ene de krata akwa court no ena court no ahye se ene mo de krata wo yaba mo mame ankosi 2nd April na menkyere se asam ne ye beto aso anase ye bebo ede atoagwa no ena na lawyer ohina manko agya na echichiri mum ede ache no abzanfo nenka ye hwese ye benya minority members no minority MPs no a omo aye press conference awie efa President John Dramani Mahama ni nua Ibrahim Mahama ne private jet ene takwada my Goldfields mines a wonomo epese wonomo edi omonsa menka ne se Ibrahim Mahama peso okoye so adwuma no nenka yefese ye benya edi amamo mamema me guest no akwaba awie mame ema me guest no akwaba awie na bisiafo aha yeni enkomo awie Justice Prempe eka NDC communication team home Justice Prempe eka NDC communication team home Justice Prempe ebeka me hu ofia ha sei na yedi enkomo na yaye adwuma awie so na lawyer Kingsley Bonsu Tritwie so second vice chairman ema NPP ewo Menchia South lawyer so ebetena se na yedi nkomo na yafa adwene ede afa Ghana ho Robert Dambo the Ashanti Regional PNC Secretary ono so ebeka ye ho awie ama yedi dwuma fa adwene ede afa Ghana ho kakra wakai hu social media no so a ye mu akwaba o de share so hu share na like ye page no na share Facebook Owia TV oko YouTube Owia TV official and Owia TV you streaming live oko TikTok so a Owia TV official you streaming live honomom wadwenkyere no nsusie o de toto honomo a ye bekenkai de amount and say WhatsApp message and say text message na person o de ba obetimi dia fa 0243 220044 so 0243 220044 so ami akenkan the amount ye kai mo say we aye Montie dwumadie ewo Owia TV so ye streaming and I say ye live ewo precise 105.9 precise 105.9 eso ewie mame emma mempedimfo akwaba na yeni enkomo Justice Prempe part of the NDC communication team. Justice
why
yes now where but your mic in here mommy Debbie Pigani say good na just boko ya de rade yes
made say de ni gusu
ya de say de no gusu
no message o mo fama me na me begia metima ya adwuma ni yi
na
say me so I'm a constituent and I'm a resident
just so
yes
municipal national health insurance and boys in a call
local office no
and no na me say me betina wa fidie ha na me de made say de atum panifo ani me say ko enti me gusu eji
and you qualify
I qualify.
Okay.
I qualify. I'm a professionally trained teacher. I have a first degree. I'm a law student. What are the qualifications?
Oh, straight. Obroso. Where the obroso? Obi chimcha wa nema na. Nipanye oh.
Na se etoda asikuta pa so
no bishim. Oh, where the mini justice mesremo.
Ina mun kan bi mame.
Mesremo mon fama no. Na say your boys yo muko, is any unimomo.
Yesu ba unko bi. I say mo ntina na me pese meka cross position me pay.
Boys na ni mama na.
One, I know the constituency organizer. Okay. No ni odi ani mo ndi elected organizer will be any no.
Okay. They know the any money constituency organizer just so.
Yes.
Okay. I don't not more director or just no. Okay.
Ono ne boys ni bi anomo kan de minimum but me kra na minim so mo interview me see me colleague teacher any on TikTok. E na o ka chere me say edwoso den na ekoso ansa na me be free nadmo director no ne be confirm ya ma me say one ne mrante na eja omo akoyesa de nti kan bi ma me na omo fa ma me
mate
na me share na me na
mate lawyer kwaba lawyer kwaba
constituency organizers no omuni omo boss national organizer no munyina omo ye madwene epe
NDC constituency organizers no omo boss the national organizer no omadwene epe arrange lawyer organizer
azema me kind na organizer wetin
okay Joseph Yamin
yes ono na tete wo pati azi
akola so oni a
so si oni timi chese wo ko CEO onu amu adwuma ahina sum nyina
o David
a video no
David ne me hu
who that video
lawyer ne we dia mi hu lawyer we dia mi hu bajo we dia lawyer mi hu
wow the thing is minya justice position open o sefata o sefata and gidi say we dey enfa adwuma wa na Joseph Kwanto nche say we be free be radio station TV station no fi ha no ko ha no ankasa na ho de ne ade no megidi yese etwa se e wo se omutimi reward no nyuma bi sei na be ma mabunu no some party on be you pepa no makome ma yede some party he deserves it as a law student and a trained teacher the first degree holder he deserves it megidi yese mpanifo nhwe na omufama no se be ya ye de NHIS card the same registration
ye
NHIS card be same rate.
Oh, that be lawyer.
And I nyanya.
Same card registration. They see the Ghana card na ye.
Ah, sir. Ghana card no me new.
Ghana card senye.
NDC.
Da be ha.
O ye be como senye.
Oh, Sam George ni me kai se video bi ombusa no so onyanya bi.
There was onye.
Also onye.
O same also.
Oh, by say there. O say Sam George was sisa.
Sa.
Oh yes.
Oh dey dada na.
O say bia sa brand no ya brantie so huna.
Na wa say think same registration zen go jai. Where you go tize no an obey. Ezi say ni.
Na la same registration. Some say mo man yen yi.
Ye dey ni anyi ni, dey na woman ya anyi ni.
Om say same card no man register ni yi.
E dey ni ye ya anyi ni, ye tete ye di kan twitwa for same card one. E dey ni ye, o mi ehu. On cheche bie mu. Ya nye ni ye no de ne ye ya nye ni ye hu ofa ni so ba ya si anyi ni ba o de wati fo ti
mate
ehun hia say o si ye che ti fo na asa na ye di ti fo ncha mo mo no o ti kokko so yewura santima yewura onu ntini ye o ba bi ti ayi didi so sorry ayi tu ye ka ne kwan so de efa ko tina ye adwuma mo no ana sa ase na ye nwuma mu ne office city ye de ncha kese ye ma no akopɔ ncha no nko so amo no mbo no mo de ma santima na de o ye bia nso ye ni so ko so asom no ne be sum sika dwa nso aye den akowu na machia party mpenifo polling station executive electoral area coordinators constituency mention south to be specific na me adoma Soloku festival
yes
big one
baso nyasam ketwa
na me Soloku ni say no enkofo nhede hunu ye abuza unya we wo hello fm Ken
Edward
me Soloku obi anu obetimi ni matwi Soloku
oh lawyer da be na wo chi Soloku
over na opa freaking
me freaking Edward
me na me catch you
kuku ampacho mo freaking okay and that history Soloku a watchi wo kroma
omo be bang no
say wo e dey na che se wo Soloku nim twi
over
now be ro high shirt
over metina ya chantini town ya wo mi o
ebudu okra na kokot okay dane your holiday say Easter Easter Monday ana
mi to fi chantini town na ya be lawyer mi to fi chantini town na me lawyer Soloku akoso wa chantini town bi enu wa mi ntwi bi o over o de
it is Soloku de e wo na no
o de bisa
Monday camera no ye camera no ba bete ba bi say na show di
over me say menya video kakra bi de achewa me was come she view on my phone so
sir
I'm telling
you akwam na comedies comedies kakra
enu kwa na me didi agro
na didi agro na o pe o na no kakra nega former kuku anega ejo former kuku anega yeso we de lawyer my the skills kakra Soloku
mo ave ni video
sisi ya osi video no sisi ya nipanye o
ambo ode fi di nkomo
mate
yebeduro
mate edi yakopon ya adoma Easter Monday die we no ade ba ko amanije ho ye se we nya politics sembia na amra na ometwi bi so te ase and even ye twi nyina so no na ye de ye exercise ye de tretre ya pomu ene ya tena ye offices ya tena ye nwumam ye nema ye ton ye ni adaje but Easter ne de duru ho no especially Easter Monday ye nyina ye observe ne kama so it is a wo no me no mi enu ye nya sika ye nya lorofe enkokowi na ye hia ewo Ashton so na ediginam dika we free for all nye mikutue ska ni amamagura ha ne hwan bia ni debi what I say e free for all e bia mo ye groups bi mo ye associations bi mo ye ekuofo bi na mo pese mo ba number na ebegu honom no na wa call it so na ma register e ba sa create mi hu mo dodo na ya reserve mo t-shirt ne mo caps no ede amama na lawyer me bo anyesa
bibia kama era lawyer na naje ba fo awua MP for Menchia South
ono na edi animu na mo lawyer fo mu nim Soloku twi na de
mo video na cheo
wa hwate video wa hwate justice se we de ja Soloku ye nyina ye kone ya kwa kutwi ya
mekoka bia menya asem
adentina koka bia menya asem Soloku de
video ni
ebi ye eyino
over na mi Soloku de champion
lawyer fama kukwa ya fantozo send makukwa sisia send makukwa sisia ni fantozo
champion
ada justice so se wan na ma warning Soloku yi ho
be me de me dwen ho ni se unse enanu ya wa fast kwa
me de ho de bia me nam ho awie kura no so no
me hwe de innovation
me de ho aja me kofa ho kakra
kama ko hene de abakumase ene adwumaden a ode abantina nka me expect say honorable nso on pastor so kono so be BB to promote education and stuff now Soloku de okay so no so innovation into the
Soloku nyaade papa
men kansa ode ma men kama no into time no
justice
Menchia regional minister
yes
Monabaso men kan chene say we are one of the best innovations minister bi abitimi aye
Boga me no nyina na ne
Ashanti Fest. And the
art festival. No new Krumanum na last year. Amanfo allegedly. Ebeka say atam $25 million. E dey amaja Nkrumah Akufo-Addo ba. President Akufo-Addo ba say on fanye designs. E ma ni be yi na no say nya no kre. And then Dr. Frank Amwako hine dey a secondary school for and yes no. But you see there very important. I was seeing nyina ye hye so ne say we are technical. Na wase Ghana for who say abribia NDC wa ban mu no omu innovations ewo technical aspect on massive unim say president
unim ade ba ko amani age oni lawyer ho pa awie yi ase momo ba no obi ade ne topic ba ku say ne botom eno de ba lawyer de ni solo ku say ne botom ba e na so de
me see the me say anytime NDC wa ban technical education ekoso. It is so special. Unim say President Rollins in implementing one region, one polytechnic. Ntini wo poly, wa poly, Takrade poly,
Kumase poly, Accra poly.
President Rollins team po. And now unim say President Mahama so they converted all polytechnics into technical universities. From 2012 to 2016, President Mahama say Kumase poly yen change no
any technical university.
Say the beya
and I be KSTU no.
KSTU no. It's ye mofra or mo wonsa no dwuma first no. Yes you we di okusua carpenter, we di okusua mason, we di okusua we ni emu omo no. NDC aban say ye mo musua pon kese. Say the beya ombe do ombe kum no motimi akusua de. We share our NDC aban energy technical education. When you back Abraham and Bema, or we introduce free senior high school. When said the first 4 years, or we implemented free senior high school, no matter for TV account.
For technical and vocational education account.
We demonstrate here 2020-2021 academic year, and we be introduce technical education for free senior high school.
Okay, anyway, TVET no.
TVET no. Okay. Tiebeba banya baso ne akache ne se onwe no ho. Na technical education ya there it provides direct employment.
Yeah.
Shade ya mofre ya yi. Ye opanyi bi wo no mo a opebi pa wo ne fiu. Na so se be ye
obenye obi a ya de kro baba be ye de ama no.
Expose ye mofra no to the rest of the world.
Yes.
Amanfo hu niema.
Yeah, mama for kro who said the art industry ne ngui.
Nguye. Inti yebebo minister na baso so waba out with such an innovation ebo asantima na ebo ye mofra ne so na me mo teacher for so abaso nsi okrumanum na mampanyi because opeso ye ya untimi nye teacher oso opeso ye millionaire untimi nye teacher enti millionaire si omo krume omo echen ye teacher
for ye osi teacher die timi ma omeye
moti omo ka
teacher adwuma nya adwuma ye millionaire Shadia teacher for ya chere mofre ya omoye ebia menumi no betimi akoye fields hako babia e wo batade we yintimi nya da enti ebebo teacher for organ abaso ne abo technical teachers abaso ne aka cha ban se omomo mani nko omomo mani nko technical teachers na oni nko technical education because it provided direct employment
straight
enya afi na abofra ne be wi no aka se me minim design ti so bia ko bi factory na we bia company enti we dey message sem enya politics sem ne yesen grofo bi so ako se no
ai matese yese eneme fa ho mu se yes nkrofo bi de akado bi akwa ye
very nice
justice we dey lawyer kebi
regional minister here the designs no
ade we are Dr. Frank Amwako hine
yes very good empra na omo ye no cry in particular what I say omo ye free SHS students
yes
omo ye very quality students for my designs free SHS
yes
quality
what's it say
free SHS students free SHS
okay
imagine SHS my name be short
free SHS
free SHS
quality what I say quality nice designs na no kremu ni nka ye various overheads na ni be yes our designs we work and I keeping permanent ni a share any person, either MC, DCE, regional minister, BI say, or make sure say on yearly or some periodic basis
no?
Or my painty na aye kama.
National edifices be okra no.
Yes, so, yes, anyway, we makrumu ye fe.
Unsa dey ira ofia.
Mi be busa lawyer nti nyamo MPP for na makọ say enkola ne painting na omo ye. Amam for say MPP for MPP for mo na mo ye ade ne ye mo hin na ama foka
I don't know fear. See it me mo akase.
It justice who accuse a lawyer.
Me accuse you be a lawyer. And me a Ghana.
Ono so see a law student.
Adena or my
Osimo na my
Adena regional minister very nice. Obi enu a say NPP ni na ye NDC ni na ya. Sadi we nkwan in particular say me a judge ni do obi aba manim na ebu ampa say wona akoya. Ebi anka me sentence ni more than obi a wakọ ye robbery.
Sir, it's against section 172 of the criminal and other offenses.
I'm telling you,
painty keka ya painty baby ya.
You see, you are there be on my dear ya ye. Efe. Eye embabu no omuko school. Nkra. And ya form of few omu schools move from other areas. And you do omu nyina be bo omu nyina no. And the opepa any akumapa no odo. And yes her designs we dey gu amana ye fe. Na oti baby. E dey hin se mo ngwa.
Dinya mo MPP for na mo.
The MPP na MPP for the thing be say.
To me dey me say.
The point is.
The point is. Ye nyanu mi. Omo de. Enso omo ye.
Why
so mo ankasa be fe chiri. Enam so omo ye na MPP for no mu bi ka say interchange ne kwa na ye ne yes. The drawings, the paintings, me, I didn't agree with that. Interchange, yes, all right. The credit is there. Be intimate discredit.
But I must say, Omo draw, no man draw President Kofi Anka.
Oh, you can make.
Into you were against it. But then who said they started? Almost started President Kofi drawing.
Yeah. Because
who said ne? And then me far home so almost started President Kofi.
Yeah. Into see make that. Input na say omo fa say no ma fa omo ye it's very good me view say you maybe one ma Ashanti festival on na nka ye nyina ye ka bom because Ashanti man put too ye nyina ye ka bom ya ka what is wrong
in the politics oh
me ni ma konti o see the regional minister post or ye wasn't better. It was
Dr. Frank Amako.
Yes, the post or the better was say obi contract $25 million just to do this and that post was needless. Because one, what they contract ma will be to that effect. And this what I say? Why are they come?
Mampeni that they could for the bag.
What they contract ma will be among them prove and no evidential document backing it. Contracts are part in our day during power or more family. You see, sometimes they only maybe one ma. Regional minister, it was needless for him to make such a post. Maybe who drawings no. I was very happy. Say SS students, SHS students. Let me yes I drawing say. What I say? A day and teachers let me achieve to that level because painting there. It wasn't what me ayoko and him to draw such to this extent. What I say? Inti na ye me fe. Me imagine say me call crowd ko videos near there. What I say? But me who posting am so. Minister away from this post. And yet the post was needed.
So the politics are best.
Honest, or man say, or man.
And our boys, and also so far, who could say painting.
Boys need to say, boys no mugu as for a wife for them. And I know more. Omudio meet me. I so
why na kwase ade na MPP and NDC? Why na kwase ade?
Ghana ni na say no mum. But mean to me say NPP and NDC. The point is, nipa bia okoye say ade bia entwai. So NPP, so NDC ni entwai because. Sani maybe say there go to kwan kwa brucha hu sani ma bebi efe na me kwa de ma wo akra ye mani gie kwa
na hu ne fe ne ye pa
ye mani gie kra ye omo ye SH students and kwa na be mani gie mu say yes indeed something quality is coming out of SHS
something there
quality
I don't know stress on free SHS
because enye SS one ko ye
SS one ko ko
ye anything ke free SHS no mo mutimi anko SS anko ma be ko mutina fi anko me wana e be kire mo ma ko mo ni free SHS to nya akonya ko school ni bi ana yakokire no ohunu ana ohunu no dia be ko tifie first na na the cut off point ni za ni mana wan ko chini am school wunye school anko ma be bending ena ordinarily ye wo SS no na e kamia ye say wo a wo be kwa visual art no una wo grade ye den
yeah fun say visual fund your mabon visual fund your mabon
grade no
more for my
wo be ko puku a ye ko puku a wo be duro ne dia ball science students no ball 06 ah wo bia de wa wuntumi nyene o wa no adwane se ne nyina ne dwane be wi general last aha bu nse bo ho sanity no de me pa enti wo anya akonya why na ekwa akokire wade amu wakwa akoye ubenya kwan kra akọ school na akoye visual last na chill na tia enti fear SHS no o ma ya de regional minister nzo wa ya de se ode o mo na yeye ode ho am na yeye SHS won na yeye at least it means say answer na abeka se the SS for be say adwuma we no wodi nkomo to the sense say wo gidi so meet me aye what the make sense yeah wo gidi so meet me aye enti e be de enkwa na omo ye drawings no we shouldn't even end here we have to train them further yeah na yetimi momo ye thanka so loku ise nka menhia sa na ke the buildings bi ankoma ye yato ho amaye
to say if you could be a library here wo yes yes na ke bi o my design bi
afo bi kura kasa be bia so loku no be koso ni event ni be koso na nkomo design ho what you say that time uze ya de bia wo sha ase a ekọ animu no na adwenfofo ye de eba
matiase
na ma menchia mi nua wo nyina champo
okay
Kwabri East MP. Minya penny.
Okay.
Nini wonko bibri.
Nkomo bibri oh.
Nini bidi.
Mbo finish. Mbate. Yes. It is the lawyer crap so just say mo na mabo pa na mo boys yakoye we the barber show mo.
Me disagree with lawyer on Dr. Frank Amoakohene a claim. This is a story that was published by Ghana, Modern Ghana. Yes, Omo published here no 5th November 2022. And I say Bridget Otu jabs Akufo-Addo's daughter over alleged $25 million painting contract claim. The point is that regional minister no one a kuku story in the buy. Hey, I say mo bi eka. And the minister ne say you krum ha. And yet say ya tam $25 million abesine haye twema mentwe a yehu ba bia no kra ne de ewo. Say yampa, say nyampa, asem ne siye anase nsiye. Hey, asem a Ghana for kan anase nya asem a Ghana for kan. And on a regional minister can be say, ya wahana ye say side we yesi. It is said your Mahamaka so be protected public person. Ono so sheme bi nye the NCBM ti sadia this time ye the secondary school for ne bed ebeye. Send this in your Mahama ye we ya bonne anase akam bonne. Bonne free say regional minister ni nye hwe. The okan ne kwan aso no na me si boga sade ufi ye nyina ye titi ye. Ade bi ebekoso efi bia mpanifo hotimi susu se ade we ebe obenten ana se anya asemesi ebe obenten ana mwa nyame na me ka ade bi esi ayetimi de ya adwen susu
say we dey
judge for ni asem because judge ni bia no asem ni si no but all the evidences mon komo amudie ni ma amoye no ena manipa netimi hwa was ade we die no kre oye nti si share comments are in the MPP for year far especially proud to this now yeah comparison between the Ashanti regional minister and the KMA boss me amo
Sampai ni Simono Semen
yes it is a regional minister now but out with such an innovation and film what na ben me anye no bi ba no ba be ye na sade na de anche no bi kokose no obi a betimi aka se ya ade amona mai de makwa ye na o see free education macho visual arts free education by na mofra ye Ghana ye shall say visual art ukruma ne ukruma students have been doing visual arts since the days of Free Senior High School moreover Free Senior High School started in 2015 when you have some more contention everybody in this country knows that these students started it. Moreover, Ghana NBN say it's in the constitution of the Republic of Ghana that Ghanaian students will go to the senior high school freely. But Free Senior High School amobe okruma enim complaints about my friends who are no musu, omukuskua, no munyanini, no dedicated source of funding. But then Nemeno Kase, who dear dance over 4 billion cedis. I had they funded Free Senior High School. When you need dear dance PFC, NDC by a Free Senior High School, no near, but indeed, made the AB Shimukina. Here can you say, your minister no are exposing Kolano, mobile film or Chenanka ye bia, muyi bia, Saminka edifices are organ and Yanki, a penty mobile went me on about right to my credit in
promises of a desperate politician. I just ask him one kind. If I have 2 billion Ghana cedis, I will not use it for free SHS. But one kind. You are John Dramani Mahama.
Sir.
Nigeria na yebo na bazo the 4 billion if you.
Na unim so they shame. Na me.
Baby was say
mommy ento aso.
2 billion.
Mommy ento aso lawyer.
2 billion na onfanye fees.
Lawyer mommy ento aso. But lawyer sa nkomo we maintain say wakabi mami Musa o. Are na MPP according to Global Info Analytics Musa Dankwa. O say MPP is becoming too unpopular dodo. Why are they? Ebiso so eno na me ebiso so attribute Dr. Frank Amwakohine, the current Ashanti regional minister. I say ne openness with the younger generation, ne access to the younger generation. I say ne younger generation is access to him. No, I said ni niema oye no younger generation towards NDC more than MPP. And when you kind Global Info Analytics survey now, I say about 60% of the Gen Zs per NDC. Towards NDC more than MPP. Lawyer, they na mo ye. Lawyer.
Me research CTB, I don't downplay it.
Okay.
Say yes, say any. Because me only say with me in the projections ahead of you. Near my officer way. The resolve the problem I okoye on research. Na asema yura Musa Dankwa a kind. They all know the research no heading. Na de me pese me ma NPP for yempeni for ni nyina ene Ghana for ni tiase ni say I don't agree to research na analysis na Musa Dankwa the ba out
adintia
adikunti am agree ni say so ka say mabunu no tilti towards NDC ya enye no kre enye no kre
adintia na say enye no kre
yen show let's look at this from 2024 elections 2024 elections, so we have votes at NDC. A little over, I think 100,000 or what they call more than 1 million in 2020, isn't it? But what we lost from what we had in 2020, baby, so it means a year in for that is the analogy, and the year may draw free that particular bit. But the American say. Regional minister. Me susi yen de ma njushe mu ama hu ni say. Edi fo amfa na ba Ashanti region say o me development do.
De ne ba so me dey.
Just as you said, de ne ba say you should come and work on the youth.
And a man for such as say, so I'm working with the youth no. Any effect our MPP so ama the younger generation no echo NDC more than MPP.
Any effect. It is never getting any effect, having any effect on NPP. I know the answer. But the minimum say I'm gonna mass on development. Because development there, said drawings, paintings, I applaud him for that. And apart from that, development by the musical concert before SHS.
Yes, Kumasi Sports Stadium.
He's doing well. I know say you may be with time, maybe capture a bit me I say capture but Engusi. He is not enye hu na over regional minister minim no
Dr. Frank Amwako
yes
unim no say
minim baby onam nyina minim baby o kodi ni djuma anwumre ne ade nyina say yes yeti kromu a yenti kromu a yes ye nenam nyina ti yenim de
temo tete no
yentete no but o ye bia yenim enti ye ka say enye hu na onya abutre chese omunya abutre mai we san your way there ye start yenye no ye start san your way see ye be make sure see a chin youth ni ade abaye nche ye start yenye ne what you say nti o ye bia ye hunu bi pen ene yenim de sitie but time ni see an power what you say nti obekoso aye but ye beto ya bawi ye share party no the share party is about the projection of the party and projection of your flag bearer.
Okay.
What you say? In Ashanti region, no. Nyame ya adoma me ba be deputy secretary. And I'm the regional minister on here.
Obi deputy secretary na.
Who's the regional minister on here?
But here tete abeti na ne cha no.
Last year they got to about 2028 no. 2027 to 2028. Ye campaign. Oti abema de obeken bi obi enti
the last year no
I'm telling you
ya na de be sie wi
You be right, 2026. You dey so wa. Yes, you be here the August by September, October near national elections. Now, Ashanti region. Ashanti region. Say ye chim mabuna by NPP. Who dey obetienka?
Mate. The lawyer Kingsley Bonsutrichi, where second vice chairman of MPP or Menshia South constituency. SRSO SRMPP delegate someone for 2 mano. Na Omeye, the deputy Ashanti regional secretary of MPP. Mame Emma Minua Robert Dambo Akwaba. Baby Otie, Ewa Nenra, Alaji Abdul Salam Betna, Ena, Oyi, Keskin, ne, Richard Pra, yes, on the Mugabi, about regional secretaries, yes, Abdul Salam is a CPP regional chairman. Yes, who were this since 2010. Odgusu this secretary, na me bomba is a Minua Dambo dear. Dambo dear, who this secretary ni kakra kudi chairman. Why? But your mic no
Edumapa Owia TV Yama Asantama and Ghana na mencha me no no be share den duamu na mo abaso adwumadi amudi na adwumaso na mudi no
the PNC Ashanti regional secretary
PNC Ashanti mamu ejina na so o komodidi and the way say koso no ho ne bana na me amu no be din de Robert studio na we kan nka Mugabe to aso but the way also can mo so mo hadwempa o be say elevative status from regional secretary na become any kodi regional chairman here e become am regional chairman for regional secretary bia na me kosoro ho baby
national
kodi adwumadi ba me salam de o Mugabe ana bidire se wo adwuma so na adwuma de na amanfo ani so a to de bia na wo say move a step ahead na amanfo bebe na no mompe bidire say he has worked his ass out, he has worked so well, and the people are happy about the stewardship of the CPP in Ashanti region. They would want him to maintain. But I don't know whether he or Ben I don't say Obutua or Baba Nani be a national, but Mechan baby will be a
Mate Robert Mate Mame Emra Justice me my lawyer 5 minutes on a NPP and then I'm more years ama MPP abeye so unpopular sir ama sir Modi good governance a good MPP
any free senior high school ya non working. Say free senior high school for no more fun school they be na who demonstrations and no more. They were always crying. Almost so many and so on. Meboa enyame na meka to an extent that omoka se omunya baby nje omo cry education minister call yera na po anka so mo fa politin back
school bear
in the north Urefi in one of the northern regions Okokano
so it is justice we there Mate
na podi no abonya abotre wabo na podi nya abotre the really free SHS no aboni din minister Oma teacher for ahotopa nyabutre lawyer na po enkan obe bia onkan obe bia na po Dr. Matuku Prempe former education minister former energy minister former running mate for the NPP and incoming vice president of the Republic of Ghana onkan obe bia
Mate, justice.
It is on record. Say by over 4.1 billion. And they are funding free senior high school. No, I mean the Okwa Mofrani the EDDE and Mofrana when the Enchiomo. Say secondary school for Mofra bet. It is a way of buying now. The only way. They are the papa.
Betty.
And the papa. According to one, who has said betting is bad. It's in your menu. The point is that
running 18 years and mama for betting show.
No dey yin bet in influence.
Enti mama kama 70 abofra no dinisika kukutwa bet na president Akufo-Addo say e kwan obefa so obetime bu o man ni nyina ne say obete sa abofra ne tax ne sika ne bi no sa abofra on type president Akufo-Addo chi sa abofra no mo ha o mo tade omo schools no mo parents send you muska from house to their phones na abofra na ekwa akoyiska na esi free bibi electronic levy it is an mama sending you 200 cedis na nko no awo 2 cedi oni botomu anko betimi dia soso ni amani 2 million pepepe amemu boninti Just was for 1.5% of the 200 Ghana cedis had the social and sound when you're 2 million pepe. It is a buying be a bar. Now says I buy a buy no say electronic levy will be ye free on ma. What is the probability that Sabo Frano or Bequaco tire bind that and all the e-levy buying so? Some of them they buy goods at shops. Omoko restaurant is my kitchen. Omoko no mu tueska na ye mo receipt. Omoji receipt na no mu see a truck COVID-19 tax or. Omo friends say yare abawi ase sebi ekum nkrofo Ghana hanko ade ye je ho tax. Ene aban we nya aban papa enti aban bi aba no be yi COVID-19 tax na fi ho de amepesa aban no. You emofra no omo parents omo awofo omo nananom omo nim say no omo nananom eye adwuma o banks hena mo betena ho na mo ye nhwe han na banks a wodu ogu okroma ko upper west region kore first station na memecha there north upper west region to be precise ko upper west region wa only commercial banks are only 3 branches ebi wo wa ebi wo tumu ebi wo laura. We said your 11 districts and our upper west region. Aside these 3 banks, commercial bank be any who be into government workers are near their corner. Most of us near GS salaries for GM Bank. And our Brunti, Krofo, Shahina, Mugu Bangi, Konako GM Bank for a product or more near markets, or more houses, or more buildings are a net in Crani di Magro. It is a meme or Babunumi agency. Nan will be a tremema, me minu be more for be a GM Bank. Now a banner memu born into a baby good bank, no. Then I bind be a bar, no so about Boamah Bank and a bar. What is the probability, says a youth, no, obey NDC by Wako to about the MPP? What kind of domestic debt exchange program? And my friends, some more parents, or more nananom. Tisuan passa about Franen and Nandi Nisika Kwakuja Bank. Nap time as soon I was a Nipanen Sakanisika. Nebi abo frane krampo a pass your person school bi oni ma me na nana se odiska kutua DDP ama akufa do so ntimi ntua na sa aban bi aba na ne wa betua domestic debt exchange program no hama sa abo frane ne nana nsa aka ne sika ne ne fia ye da. What is the motivation se sa abo frane obekoso ata MPP achi
Mate justice Mate Robert mame NTO kakra NPP ade na SCA MPP, according to Global Info Analytics, how much I say have been so unpopular, sir. PNC for more than one so to Tofuma, Muni and MPP for no money day. Robert,
the chance political party be a ulusu power, maybe saying, and SCC, and yeah, cause MPP, and then maybe a Omonia corner, any other, too early, or Omulusu about how many years in it. So I just say,
15 months in it.
That kind of, disenchantment nearby, and how people lost faith in the administration of the previous regime. That's how they existed, and it will take time. The only thing for the NPP to do, they said, I don't know why they are not doing a sober reflection of what transpired in the 2024 elections. Nanka omunya general appreciation of a Nema is see. So what you saying? Yaw Boamah.
Mate.
What the MPP are supposed to do is also for no mere a sober reflection over what went wrong. Baby, omuto esini. And kwa ombe faso ombe peke the pieces together. Maybe to my Boamah party no abenyam. But it presupposes to me say administration we buy too early, but MPP is doing everything possible to find flaws with this administration. Yes, I'm nice. Because on Ufri Abemunche, and never do or you criticize it. Then Anna Ukurum, Yakabibiana Unti. Sania Mano, ebi rare or more ugly as you don't go and be pinching salt. Come Adiana and see ye, and Tika Adiana Aba Bontiananka, a general holistically Yanki so neaka. But I say, Omo Pentem, it's Abribian Ubonwana, I say. I suppose another alleged scandal be a name be a scandal or so the scandal be a na asabe dane na esa abatros hango man. And what I'm thinking is I have a lot of good friends with in the MPP. Tamodeno Koko Pia, a very fine gentleman, Keskino Usu Poku, na Nigerians. I'm struggling to understand how these brilliant young guys are not calling their party to order. Interchanging. Nobody is disputing the fact that President Kufuor time na sani mo we na den but at the end of the whole we are beautifying the place. Na manfo ko tenti temper with the paintings, the beautiful paintings na sanya mo we no oh yeah ebema oh yeah and unim MPP na so mo ko bia ko ka say MPP o but mo na mo ko so mo ne mo omo ya na mo ka ho asem na mo ka ho nsem papa bia etu twem ho a me nua ya bo ma ho enye ofe so what I say being an opposition party does not mean say you should be irresponsible. Opposition parties are supposed to be responsible and keep government on their toes when they go wrong. So what I said, at the end, yes, Nienka. At the end, also, young family ways be a bit miaka, now my yes, because you know, say, like MPP Trasi, Nanka, or much nature, Nanka, assess government constructively, and there are a lot of loopholes and committee, I find it, but I'm so more printing. Abrebia na nemo beso muka wasem na asabu abo mu enti minua lawyer a very fantastic gentleman we had the submission and paper so obey deputy secretary. I think if he's able to come on board, I know he's going to come on board. Now obey deputy regional secretary na me aduma in the foreseeable future can obey the regional secretary. I think some of these things no also a lawyer no a legal luminary no betimi aboa na party luso abaya yentrase ya assess issues on issues based na ya interest in house ni try and find ways e betimi ade atimi atene ne man ba ha ko say ya ho pre bebre na say we are tackling ourselves and laughing and ya be boa yes na ya opposition party so you betimi join forces together ni etimi atu even abaya na aban no excesses of government is overweighing the also the general benefit of the people and as a electorate now you betimi join forces together and this is not the first time ya be done under President Kufuor in the 2000 elections Oshe Nanado Danko Kufuor the PNC help Nanado as a result no all inclusive government and the PNC for be appointment but as a this kind of MPP no breed of MPP na kwa mo faso toto mo niam no as o munya comprehensive analysis of the issues no na o ba Montie ana ko manya an overwhelming support enti minua lawyer mesre ye nyina ye ntena se let's assess the issues constructively, let's assess them critically baby ya de ade to a enya ade be ya baba ha party na ono no o ka mo asem no but ade be ya mfo so de ade ma o ma mu ni nyina and I think that we all have a lot to learn from each other
Robert justice justice Pacho Brady say transi here mame lawyer
oh justice wakasa nyabutre
Matias
politin asem na
say Dr. Matthew Puku Prempe is on record to have said secondary school for the sebe or the rubber bag it is better. And a lawyer so let me read it.
Say what he's saying now. Say what he's saying now.
Mr. Mo. Sankomo we enka ye discussion.
Yes.
What he's
saying now. What he's saying now.
Every so.
Justice, your statement, your earlier statement and what you are saying now is different.
Oh lawyer.
Miss yes say. Tiu. Na po say munye ni say. Na posi se muye ni say ya two defensive.
Oh, you see he's only
no, two defensive or a lawyer.
Did he say or he didn't say?
No. It was an answer to a question that was posed to him. No.
That was your argument.
Mummy and Twasso, Pacho, Mummy and Twasso. Mr. Mo. Anyasa, Mr. Mo. Mr. Mo. Robert.
There's another thing. Frank Amako in Ashanti Regional Ministry.
Yes.
No question is a lawyer, and no that kind of that political gimmickry, any political gymnastics na moya na munyai. Abranto wano atu nuwesi was obesuma santimai.
Yeah.
Oya die na nya yemra Montie ni emeka. But so far ekwan no nam so no abrante ne bon ho modern.
Ekwan ye.
Ekwan ye. Je yo Kumasi Ashanti Regional party for ya for mu so mu ndi dwuma school feeding omu ko regional minister you dey see so what you say enti say anya obi a let's be political about this. We shouldn't be dragging him here and there into the mud. Say if it's a strategic thing that we are doing, play it safely, because when I say
Yeah, lawyer Boamah Basu. Yes.
Yeah, me say,
and Emma even Oka says or a judge. And Oma is so Makwako pinty adena seno. Omode emu be ban anymore. Obi jelly nipano, a higher sentence done.
No,
even
I'm not talking in relation to that. How they are trying to impugn his integrity. They almost or a TikTok minister. Or
most of TikTok na papa
who said the world has moved beyond break and mortar. And I wouldn't do that.
Yes, Mr. Mama Robert. Yes.
And they say it behoves on ourselves. You be taking advantage of the digital space, and that is what the young man is doing.
Yes,
it doesn't matter. Say I have say no, all this one. As ministers was answering paying for Matusala for. This is the first time that you are having a young person.
Yeah, 30 something, and I'm
35, 36.
Yeah,
so what I say. No, you bet me trans comprehensively. We MPP, we end this in here. What problem? I monitor him a lot on the social space. I refuse be a degenerate. Within a short period, who are supposed to addressing. These are you should take advantage of the digital space. A bit my Boamah put to Abba.
And hardly will you hear me say. But the attorney said, Anya Jenny when it's post. So could post say, you already $25 million contract movie so only paintings. And I do babas with me. It was needless. At the end, why any kama? Just promote it.
Mate.
Then so would they. President
John Dramani Mahama Enra UN General Assembly meeting I say voting a transatlantic slave trade. I can say a yunkunim any abasubo edema Ghana. My president there to just say the world must stand on the right side of history over a slave trade and a hon enkomodie na no so kakra. But before that no me bi wo Greece Athens na one me can say me nua sa because me ne call school me ne nyina na call my school if you could be girls and ya isi wakwa kopia kwantum na ne yire your friend Tina one ne yire nyina na wo Athens Greece na ye ne yire birthday ne yire so ye me yire your friend no Justina Nyame Justina Nyame ene nyakopon de afi ba kwa ka ne mfie ho na yeman happy birthday Justy nyakopon winchira wate ya mi nua Renos eje no a your friend Kobi ne de na so den ye wo school nyina na so den na me ne wo e champon house na aso den pa de no yebi minim ze onyae onyini ye nyina na den de esa penimbone akwala bone na ibi nyini be penimbone but Justy ukurekura yesa wate kurekura yesa ne kakra happy birthday our wife Justina Nyame owo Athens and I'm can say Athens me tia Greece Athens me can Athens me can you say Montie say oh Athens Greece it's just happy birthday yes we mo share Greece na mo share show no yada mo say said abribia Moshe Montie adwumadie ene Owia TV ewo Grace yada masepa happy birthday wate masendi mumu ama Ray eti be say onfa enchelo ene nyina ni weekend nyina onfa nya heavy wate eti yankopon onhira mame Emra enfri ahase justice mame start here dey we mfemfri on because Emra President John Dramani Mahama led sad discussion we but the another discussion bisu so frechire ba say NDC is taking the glory meanwhile in 2023 and our president Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo started sad we and na ode political list ya janke ba yinka ho mata ho ana just sentence
always do say Boamah
na no ka no ho asemu na no o kan ho asem o menti okum kom jo mo
oh shemo
justice okum kom show wa hwe bi ate ka kire okum ko se yesusu no o hwe bi ate presiding member. Okay.
Next week
no problem.
Me call office one day kumo him for no and e ban ho mo born abaso said the other drip machines na more the church
drip machines no NPP nanado de
oh lawyer
nanado de na
so o football kakra
for the next 15 minutes. Okay.
Justice.
Lawyer.
Yesu ba unko bi.
Lawyer. Justice Yamko. I'm here.
Na pacho ya bobo na ye twu bi twio na ye paneti. Na paneti ne de to. Na Boamah okobo paneti ni sha. Ye twiro goal scorer ni dia. Ye twiro de oje nya paneti na ase de obo ni rapo ni ni twiro ni di. Mbiso asem.
Oh, said
the match. Ye twa bi ato ye nya clear penalty. Ye je penalty ni wie no. Ye wie no me na makwa gina ho na mabọ penalty na to net. Why din ye bebo so shegu.
Any everybody of
clear. We nya de e wo se ekotwe ho manso se ye nkofo akufo ado mem ye kofa ne bem na ede. Na time it otimi achieve this thing repatriation ebem under President Akufo-Addo. It didn't happen. Inti yenuanom MPP for nyai se omode angle na call. Let's praise President Mahama for his intelligence. Enye ne nko ahụ. Okay say 80th UN General Assembly. President Mahama koka say Africa is the future. Ema we are seeing nyina crown President Mahama speech as one of the best speeches akoso in the whole world in the year 2025. President Mahama is known for that. Na me ade ye me fe e wo John Mahama ho ye ne advocacy skills. In the advocacy skills, because you see you are meeting a whole lot of people. It was so sema convincing enough. It to speak. Nipa na the countries na land they were around 178 countries.
Yes.
It best nipa 178 etnase. Nase nipa ba kutimi kasa emu 123. Ejitum sa semno all can eto asumwa. It means that your president no the advocacy skills also.
No correct.
I was seeing nyina as so mindful ye Thai president nechi ye ni kromanum and 2022 President Akufo-Addo call UNCR and your mass speech we na Burkina Faso president ebeka say President Akufo-Addo akoteneto wanti ebeye banter between Ghana and
ne UN General Assembly meeting.
So, where did you go? Yes.
Okay.
Oba osaba AU African Union so sa eba be course so ema yera Burkina president ni bu fu say
Ibrahim
Traore sa den na President Akufo-Addo akoton wo wiase. But President Mahama koya dey African leaders, they are rather applauding him. We should share how the negotiation skills of President Mahama. President Mahama first, it became all the 54 African countries about together and will lobby more Africa and more mujitu say repatriation yenye de yenkoye. All the African countries there voted in favor of the motion.
Yeah.
Because no munyina President Mahama edi kasesi hama President Mahama achiro mu hiya say he was see such thing. And then the President Mahama had akonu akudim kunima had abre. Yenyina yentai papa nechi the fame and munyam share our de bre omai. International recognition our President Mahama de bre omai. Enye yenkwa Sebi President Mahama ekui ya antro NDC presidential candidate and ya antro NDC president. Ya antro the president of the Republic of Ghana. Eni munyam sha ebe mu. Enya menkwa na sebi me NDC ni mejafa. Otie ebi kan minu MPP ni mi ami senior lawyer. Otie ebi kan oje won fancy. They say udru ba bia na okasa wo ye Ghana ni based on this people are for respected. People what respect you. It's media member president Nabaso, Namasa Bonne foreign minister Abaso for these innovations. kwan omofa so omotai na chi kwan omofa so movie ya yetimi adru this level amanfo bi ka say na AU chairmanship ne kra na President Akufo-Addo ne nam hierarchy nim and who has brought that argument? Why na ka say President Akufo-Addo one lead ye? Nobody has said that. But the point we are making is that the wapoto amana fie no onji so di bom. See President Mahama na apoto ade amana fefe kofekwa ewiase nyina ede ebo na baso nti entai papa na chi ne emo na baso yese azepa ofia oye azepa ofia oye. Most of the African countries, they will be proud to send Nkomo President John Dramani Mahama for this milestones and share the advantages that come along with these repatriations. Say the President Mahama etimi amawiase nyina agya tum ne say ya begya tum say ye be fa nipa free ni memu de na koman foforo so amana koya akwa ne de efi na ekro. It is the gravest or the greatest sin against humanity. Inti free na ekro no de then is ebi ntimi nye the NCB. If SFU on so your advantages that comes along with this. Your countries be on more, especially the francophone countries. Omonso no omo France for betenase. Na aka kire mo say kwan amode fa so no enye kwan papa. Enti say ya mo amagia tum say kwan amode fa so no enye kwan papa. Emwa ben anase de ben fa so ne enso benya afiri mo so. Eno na obun say ebia omo betimi aba no maka say ebi kura ode ye ka ye de yama free ye yika no ebia ye betimi abesi schools dan bi wo mo man ni mu say de be yense na ho na aka obia say repatriation anase slave trade enye de papa. In the nutshell, President Mahama has won the hearts of every Ghanaian. He has won the hearts of Africans, and he has won the hearts of the entire world. I was say Ghana for ye may ni so see a woman penya utimi kasa amane tonkro for akoma so kasa amane convincing nipa because in any penny na ede itimi yes intimi dem about President Abaso na maka say onye ne ho na on tonko so mpese me say time bebre wa because sim no ho nsem no won sem pi ka ho
Mate Justice Mate Robert mame emra honomo na ye President John Dramani Mahama enranra motion ya UN General Assembly meeting ya jidia to be chair President Anado in 2023 started the conversation. Maminti Robert
Mahama chief superintendent of the Republic of Ghana. Enti odidumadi bia na ho eba mfaso baso Ghana nyina. Na me de me yakakra ni say ka animonyam we aba no ke ka say Ghana fo nyina animonyam. How we are playing political chess game with this animonyam na ne yes, governance is a continuum and I say a continuous process. And the abambi ese bibiase na baako ebeto aso a ehon faso de ne ba ye de boye nyina na ye de enfaso ne eba de mai. But I don't know nipa krampo o sha ase anase odi kan ka se nana do di ka ye President Mahama and the animonyam nyina aba and to the extent say ye try say gains na abano ye nchemni mfa na do de ma no ye nchemni mfa Mahama de ma de tie say gains na abana ba ma Ghana nyina abaso body a wose de ma na do so no so e ka ho asem in 2023 a wose sa abaso body na do Ghana ni sa abaso body no se de ma no abaso body a wose de ma President John Dramani Mahama ono so ebeto so why chief advocate wotimi alobe aboama sa na ma we ni etimi abam abaso body also no said the man. Niam fa mo munkwa enam so mujira nyina na munjiri ya ka se Ghana fo nyina because no on the chief superintendent of Ghana nyina commander in chief of Ghana Armed Forces. And I don't know, it's a shared benefit, it's a shared gain. Idea we shouldn't begin to rope in unnecessary political kind of equalization, political kind of discussions where a bit distort the essence of Anyama Esin. The attorney said I say we are not averting our minds to history and social studies kakana the kind of cruelty, the kind of inhuman practices before abrofu we be subject to no idea I was saying you observe a national holiday Africa nyina ni etime adeka ho asem ekwan the able-bodied men were carried in a bad manner. I do move far kwatiko ase de in friends I chase a bankaba egu onsa e de ebi toto on nine to the extent say ye yem so omunye nipa Osha the castles and the forts ne baby a these slaves na fire baby krompana omuni kwan poso mba homena enye sa mre ne ko yetenase ne ye kase yen divide the gains na abana sa mre and also Africa na ye so yen saba ko ne ye kase ye dinkunim every say mre bi atwam no na ye race no ne ye respected ne ye race no ne ye hu ye say ye mua bi to the extent say na football empire say a unity no sa game na propon say divide separate every say blacks aya dia na to the extent say binu from so mo ye ne baby ye free aye beduru no we should avert our minds to say na we and anyway we have not made any gains now until say me say you be celebrate a national holiday across Africa until say in our curriculum of education ye di be same history no you best spend a lot of time you bet me slavery mo akwan nipa tuntum akwasi broni fr faso with the aid of other nipa tuntum for ana before yetimi sesa o mo eton e bia kende anka Ghana Africa your productivity and because the energetic and well and able-bodied men, any women, and yes, so my the best human resource and here and yes, so my do mukoe. And to check America or more Bra or America will be before. Now, me, they are not and say UK. To tear no say because of reparation. I was see damages lawyer on a bit me at mu faso ede faso the inhuman practices ede nam so na I was say etimi anya no kwa ye say wia artifacts ya enema is symbolic ye say omu say wia sa na no bebre sa de koi enti ene say ye di sa nkomo we nyina na I was say ye make sure say the curriculum of education it reflects there ye make sure say ye betiri omu ene African race no ye fan to ensenyuo no say ye ni abrofo ye na ye pe even if you are not superior to them you are equal omu mbre so enti nano I'm surprised say ye tenase these girls South Africa nyina ko say ye kabom na ke ni je no we are sitting in Ghana the tremendous gain that we have made and we are trivializing it say yenche ye fami ko bana na de ye fami Mahama na Mahama no omu fitu anu mbe ye Ghana president enya to manfo na to abamo so what I say enti even sa abaso modern Ghana for no say the bom they are standing in for Ghanaians and the citizens the electorates na to abom no omden enti ade o say na ye chefa but because I'm not surprised say UK staying and as omututi aye no mo say kase the sense of the past they cannot be responsible for it now enti reparation also omutua no say I was say ka twa bi adan eba
say ba say UK for no so no mo ho be kire mo kese o
that's also no
mo colonizing most of these West African countries in the
and say nyem nwanwa no
maybe I will call the French
they are
France for no about Portuguese
and to mutu sa na mo no and omu no say sa so na be affect o mo economy no na ye do mo ye na affect your economy
Mate Robert Dambo na yete no enka no we PNC Ashanti Regional Secretary mame enko lawyer ho baby ya ba bedro ni asoman and we say for the black community across the globe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Me my child dey paying. My child government paying was senior high school.
Okay.
And as a political science student, slavery, anyone says semi adibia, and yet I'm become once and I have condemned that.
Yeah.
And I'm if you say they are brofuniye, no, also mutual honka. And ya there I was say, you shouldn't trasa. Because if you are no, you new baby and you bet to us. Say a man of some chassis, a de benina, you go so aye. A cassie and Kagana Bakosema met me a can a free time migration started during the old Ghana Empire, Bamali Empire, Songa Empire, various ethnic groups, Nibabe Setoniade. Bet me a can tea a yard I was habis in there. And tea a de bia brofuno dear before fame. It just say you omutia muka. Na minya justice kasam. Nam doing say bia could be football penalty in his eyes and analogy no. Nam just will be free because me say asim win. It's a game yes indeed for Ghana. no cre 20th September 2023 na nanado Emma that speech at the UN General Assembly. Or my speech in UN crowns wow. Was how a meeting in Accra concerning reparations near repository justice.
Okay.
What I say? Oh, this meeting no Accra. I think 1st to 4th August there was a healing summit. 4 days.
1st to 4th August. Yeah, babe.
That was 2022 before the Commerce speech.
Okay, 2022.
That was done.
Okay.
What I say? Because a idea be a it is a yaw aye kutwa den edai ho. Enu nyina ka ho bi ene ye na abrofo no guso edi ensa echichiri ensa gu yechi a omo guso wro ye ka waye den e fire beti. Nti ade e wo se yehunu se efri baabi na akwa akoduru baabi. What you say? Ade a Iran na do dan kwa kufu ado ye wo sha ase se wo ye. Eye no kre den a eye Ghana de bekọ akọwie na Ghana bekọ akọwie no eye o mampanyin odi anim na bekọ akọwie. So we give credit to the past government. We give credit to John Dramani Mahama this government. Say oba ye no nhihye ne ye hihye to no. One ba meja yanto na wo to aso. It's very important. Ghana na nyina ya den ya win. By mum ye hwe no ma bi. The elections na go so. 123.
Yeah.
It vote yes.
Yes, 120. Yeah, Grace and Pachofa election results not to so near 3 is it 3 abstaining?
No, 3 vote against.
3 vote against, which is America, Israel, and Argentina. Yeah.
52 abstaining.
Abstaining. Yes, yeah, European countries. No,
you take 54 countries in West in Africa. In 123 million hadi. Ebeka be 69.
Yeah.
3 no abstaining any danger. Against the end of Mumpe. Koti abstention free 69, 52 no from it. Baby, I think 17, right?
Yeah.
Inti imagine that number no.
2 free 1 2 3 my 70.
What to say? Also, what to say?
123.
I can say.
Now enka almost 70 or
80. 54 African countries.
Make 54, make 52.
54, what free 120.
69.
123. Rebecca 69. Rebecca 69.
60 something.
69.
Inti, we 123 African countries in here to be.
Yes.
To the infants here, the any day as a maponti, then I am 20. What you say? Now let's look at this from baby. I'm angle. I'm the free venue. Resolution has been passed.
Yeah.
Okay. Now. And first one I was a resolution no. A bed in sack. That is me angle me fiba.
I don't know man for subusa say a bed.
It means say omo mo stay near no. Any omo even they voted in favor no. And then ye be ya sa no me be say fan say artifacts. Say yesika, say ye apologies near a bed ba.
Yeah.
That is where we have to look at. In the resolution in international community.
At the end Diana.
Enough from you see, hey, maybe first in international politics. Now the recognition is there. What does it say? UN accept that. Yes, and from Swaba, yeah, Tuaba. If you say what's here parity African countries name any other, right? Now this is what it is. A DNHS UN resolution because UN resolutions are non-binding. What did they make an They are non-binding. What if you don't do it?
Yeah.
So we have to set a limit to the extent say you say a criminal.
In certain time limits.
Yes.
But within this time, maybe an year we are we. What you to no. Sir, different zone.
Different zone. Because first of all, passing the resolution, pass resolution, we na magia to mudi. I think be a bimuji international criminal court in the
Yeah.
What you see? A whole ne see you build this strength in it from. We have to build the strength from that point. Send you be you maybe a name you can yen sabe den. Ebeka.
What you say?
And yes, you can try a tuaba. Tuaba no you say on your mom no your magia to they have to go through that reparation. But what if they don't do it? So man, a whole never see a starting the system from African countries must come together. Right?
Yeah.
Na yen shefe sa nyo man be yeden. Ebeba.
What you say?
We have to establish that.
That's your lawyer.
Very important. Yeah. For that issue concerning John Dramani Mahama, I applaud him for not shielding what Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo started. A very good step.
That's it. The lawyer Kingsley Bonsu Trichi and Yeten in Kano. Afe, my main can messages he kakre bi na afe yenko SIM card registration no. And the communication minister wakandi afa home. Calvin Opoku Kusi aka Bosu. Or say how the show is live and colored war area overseas. Or say the Nchia and command the incoming Ashanti Regional Deputy Secretary Nana Bonsu Trichi Esquire. Was it the grassroots? Grateful for the support and any commitment. I hear more. I hear boys, you know.
The boss. So it's on the Highlander as well. To meet the Nipper basis good.
No, the boys in the moon. You know, say Edward Adjoa. Montie say. The incoming NHIS boss or just so Mo, the voice of the people is the voice of God. Mo. Joel Mensah. Joel Mensah onyema ode baba ye de ekaye nye yo. Okay, His Excellency George Isi Boateng say ohwe no. No say obuza say when NDC came to power, makasetia COVID-19 levy ne and taxes ne ade. But then mobile be introduced dum so levy mo charge 1 Ghana cedi bia ewo eye petrol liter bia so. Na mo dwene Ghana for no we His Excellency George Isi Boateng and the former Ghana's is a High Commissioner, Ambassador to South Africa. Yes, His Excellency George Isi Boateng. Odepenu ya ulumai you may be more jopa ya that's it. Nana amaye boa or say ya me hwehwe no Angelina Akpewu ne Bridget Amwako ne Edu Jamfi Frank nyina edi abase omo hwehwe no yeda omo ase efia afra sikachem efia afra sikachem medase and Emmanuel Kankam also so medawase justice mame and starting through honomo SIM card registration. The communication minister there to just say it will strengthen digital lending.
Yes.
Na eliminate risk.
Yes. May I call her wait there 30 seconds.
Okay.
Lawyer say I was saying the credit to be my President Akufo-Addo, which I also believe that. Now, Pacho, Constitution of the Republic of Ghana on a Troy. Say a Troy in 92.
Yes, 92.
Pacho say Constitution, the home say we do time be free senior high school and any constitution. Now what is MPP ni be my credit amana abo mo year constitution wa abo mabasoda. There be omu to go, almost omu neba or my free education, omu neba or my free education. It's party on unrecognized previous efforts. Hey, me no MPP.
Mummy and my sama Robert to Crest Justice. Justice, me am quiet him. Justice. Oh yes, say dia.
Maybe one person. I have never supported an amendment to your constitution.
Yes. Make I say. The last time crowd make his statement no answer the own support is constitutional amendment ne constitutional you know
what I say you may be away no say me MPP ni 92 ne constitution but unze de bia make say I have never supported the amendment of it.
Good. And so no, I'm only making a point that was say I was saying President Akufo-Addo President Mahama reference President Akufo-Addo, and I'm saying that the free senior high school that you guys introduced was also
1992
yes,
constitution
it was also adopted or drafted by somebody.
Okay.
But
Justice SIM card re-registration baby amanfo busa say e de ne car mu wo old one ni mu a yentima nya yesa so ba be bio. Justice adai then am over 30 years
The first angle I'll pick the sim from is an upgrade. Then from the position of upgrading.
Okay.
But who use your phone by? So in my iPhone.
Yeah, me use iPhone.
iPhone I buy an chassis for iPhone 4. Near iPhone 4.
Yeah.
And yes, an iPhone 4 nenya papenti no more iPhone 5. But they saw that we need to adapt to new systems.
Yeah.
We need to grow in T. yeah 4 no ne hu say emfie ko nanim ti enya 5 ne update no enya 6 and as you say ya ne bia be do 17 anamba.
Yes.
This is not the first time in the history of Ghana link a Ghana card e dia SIM card. It started way back in 2011. That was the first time I link a Ghana card had the MIA SIM cards. But you know when people for buying, I didn't know no man can say ya be 2011 and the I. But they saw that there is a need to upgrade the system. And I'm buying in 2023 upgrading. But you see, some George was making a strong point at that time. Share and your mommy know I BB friend LI 2111.
LI 2111.
Okay. You can Google it and read about it. And your LI 2006. Sa LI we mean kasa about the registration of SIM cards. Now, so we LI 21111. And no, HSA so ubetime register or SIM. Not just the only Ghana card and it is ubetime register Ghana card. Ubetime register or SIM. Just say the Ghana card. And LI 2006 no. And so say
the National Identification Registration Regulation 2012 LI 2111.
Yes. To read about
what's the key features of LI 2111? Mandatory use.
Yes, continue.
Okay. Or say it is primary identification for banking, passport, driver's licenses, insurance, land registration, pension, and vote registration. Voting registration.
211 neka say enye Ghana card nkwana ubetimi dia ede form of registration. Into what Sam George was speaking against was the law. Sam George was saying that LI 2111 I microphone nyina kwan say omonfa omo any national identification card enye SIM registration identity by force must enfa Ghana card nenye. You get the argument Sam George was making. And on Kodaye can manye de Montie and amoye de mobeye. Mobeye we any abe realize say si onipa bebre ono mo mukuta Ghana card. Nenso Ghana card no mo wono enye noa na ye omo mobile money numbers. It's a common example is si evansa o TFL Yaw Boamah. Na Yaw Boamah na o dey register o MTN na MTN for nim se within the Yaw Boamah. Na ebia time wa ye register SIM card na nam se woni Ghana card nti o be fa me justice prempe na me ko register o Ghana card ma.
Yes.
Si se me pese me send this kama wo a edi e beba me ho no enye Yaw Boamah justice prempe no na be de e beba. You get the argument I'm making? Sisi otiwe me say for Yaw Boamah but what you say wo din our register or MTN for wo mobile money account and you say so one register or same with Ghana card no untimi nye any MTN services it by force amount for you say on bed register mo card it people were forced to use other people's Ghana card to register their mobile money wallet the emphasis sisi otiwe na mobile money wallet ewo mimi din justice prempem na o pese utu kwan kwa abrochi na ese kofa o bank statement bra usu ni bank statement na o momo statement so kokko print momo statement ne ba edin e wo so no eye mimi din justice prempem instead of Yaw Boamah no.
Okay.
Enti se emfa ho ni sika dodo a efa wo Yaw Boamah o transaction mu no emba in your name eba in mimi din. Emma system nenye credible. In an instance where Yaw Boamah no ekokoye bone a ni din so nche Yaw Boamah wo MTN for system so ko di bone as say ye trace wo ana meme na ye trace me. And as Sam George say ya kan mo antie say baby a bedro ne hu say nipa bebre so side de aka Ghana card no. Enti enam say nipa bebre say aka Ghana card ni ti yen create avenue. Say de be ya omo de omo Ghana card no edin e wo so entirely with edin e wo mobile money wallet so no obo betimi register said e be ya wo Ghana card no edin e wo so no ebe match edin e wo mobile money wallet. That is simple what the government wants to do. See you make sure say Ghana ni bia Ghana card offer and any mobile money wallet ni edin e de pay. That will make the system more credible. in an instance, me send this scam out here. Now say be me send 5,000 cedis now. Me send this scam. Say 5,000, so send there. Only 10 in the best shower man 50,000.
Yes.
Send the 5,000 by mistake. Mako 50,000 Ghana cedis. Sikana ba be do ho. Mako police station acquire complaint say ma send this scam any pass messy. Who him say o send this scam obi nso so a enye nipa ne number ne ba as reference. Name edin no and the ba as reference. It is here in an instance I must send the 5,000 amount. Now me send the 5,000. Scale so go here I must send the 50,000. Now me say kona ko print o bank statement bra. Obekwa ko print o bank statement na ba no. Ne ni edin e wo mempo one kasa ID card so kram match. So who the pana will send this can esa waboka. Because uko police station kura ne kokoko say kona ko for reference nipa will send this kind of man no a obobo number na Yaw Boamah nanso mobile money ni din no enye Yaw Boamah. Who will you hold responsible? It's me there me say me see BBM your upgrade and my young condemn minister no outright and concerns amount for raise me share in the same concern is that obi say me there me Ghana card na ene me mobile money wallet and the same.
Just as
me was say me go through that process. You are not going to join any queue again. Queue same the minister has assured us that they will give us a USSD text message on your phone. So the only thing you will need to do is to confirm with your Ghana card and your name. Unya bo Ghana card ni udini shemu we are. Wow, mobile money no Ghana card link no and one no you have nothing to do again. Or more be a wo phone odi obi Ghana card register o mobile money no na oba Ghana card for na wenya ni shemu emfa. It this year ma mobile operators or more minister and say he be move you more round. No more around to say we dwuma mu ha no maba. Into obi a na previously e bia ne maame ana damfo bi and then the Ghana card register man no. Not this time ya ma wo the one kasa Ghana card na the register. Say the be ya umomo wallet no and no Ghana card ne be match no china bi ya kokasa kofa o bank statement and kofa o statement bra bibia be dia dance say ade ne ye wo we ye kan we aka
no be do away with fraudsters in
yes
sister New London for no
we send there yes because unim say the more mutimi yes ade ne pa say so send this kind amount now yes wo kotwe ho man so a o number ne ni udi ne match edu wo say bo kokan we
okay
edie ne dia dance say we na masan che say sika no so bi send ade ma wa reference na eba no number na edin enti say wo ni wo ya mimi di wo phone so justice prempe also ko police station also send this kind of my Yaw Boamah. Would the police agree to this? Would the way kwa case or court? The court to throw it out.
It's true.
Enti bi me free say minister no ye nyina ye ntai na chi ne nyai say Sam George Kasai na Sam George I say amanfo blame ni DSTV away nyina but indeed DSTV is what it is. Yet so
as a man for the
drastically
ne ho hine tete assembly na but assembly okay
eto asumu ananchemi amede chemu
oh chechemu ya odi ama media
sabe pepe
but man for so say justice assembly yan bi wo hono ma ya ka ne twi na ye nya botre wo je obeka ya mra president Mahama ko sunyan
yes
na one na doma hene ne ahemfo ne ade hye osunyan hye ya na okasa chechire mu no when a honom kra na me kra de ne me ti ase yi
yes
what I say but I'm not ye jaima Sam George so ni enkasa no wo se dru baby no
Sam George no nyan
ma betre
ka brofo na wo so no what brofo pa
but at least wo se brofo no so ye omo teacher no but the back to form or the back to form to ne bo carry wa long
actually o horoso kakra
okay
it is o kasan ten
okay yes o kasan ten
enye say e bone
e ka justice ke bia see the wo see akire mu say e ka minister of communication straight away health insurance on ko munyi free o on fa ko minister of communication Emo lawyer mo. Na do anusi no.
Hectic situation. And na me one media house so be fresh say I no wa linking the business, wa linking the national health, wa linking the BBA we adentin na we go through this problem. And I make a chance say there be a no. And nam problems are among for so community. Ye nyina ye mfam once and for all. And now say minister and so I assure you say after this stage we will not come back and be doing some of these things.
Justice.
So now much here the workaholic regional chairman of Augustus Nana Andrews. Now ya said Confobonia watna yare for homa confu papa abano enisa confu no ejejemu
Mate Justice
na kwesi nya kra say wetimi move from opposition e dey about power we move ye cease from 3 to 7 we move ye from 300,000 to over 700,000 e chese chairman na kwesi e wo dodo na de ma santeman
Mate Justice me da say Robert mame emra ohwe maybe ayaba bedro ni with SIM card registration. Yes, also me crowd the enro crowd na mate say this is our 4th time. Yes, also be SIM card registration bill. This is the 4th time.
Mr. Majido
yes. Madam Fopa.
Dambo de miniba pa. The attorney said to the beer Utra na was a Ghana a development architecture and I say you could. To the beer as soon as I observing a critical analysis say to the beer I say we are developing another vein now say as a field state. SIM card registration in fact I'm disappointed in the whole of these processes. The very day I'm a SIM card registration. SIM card office I'm called Moya Minsase. Our mode camera phone a try and I'm say they are not up to any good.
And no one's the name fa
now school now unim school verification I acquire I didn't say cockroach education everyone this is where I'm fat. Yeah, catch the alcohol and I say be there. And what is the justification? Say when you deep trying, na means I fear or the any form of verification be eduma. They cannot ask here. That very day the Musa suddenly it is not for any good. Now me they have me say as for mine. This digital age you move beyond digital age. Now you need proper national database. Obia identification also. But I didn't try to SIM card. So proper national database identification come.
Lawyer and justice me production team say Montie na
the moment I come a SIM ka man wana ko se dika barika e kire me say me mo din the national identification number like you integrating and synchronizing database system na like me one.
Okay, tika auto SIM card now they share phone ni no ano ebebusa udin na ebi our national ID card obose mu ano na asynchronize with bibia
your voters ID card your national identification card your national health insurance card serious it's one benam no obesa ukra
driver's license
staff ID
staff yes driver's license
identification number
they got the senate for so my mama card be
it doesn't show that we are serious. If we are serious, we'll be synchronizing and integrating all identification into one. If you're having a proper national database, but I didn't know one of the principal reasons are not SIM registration or that kind of fraud now man for you. But
and sister New London for no.
So obi to me koto sim or sim they register nada. And then me no obi chat no catch them say number na or their mobile money ni the din also. And thatfen wa akoye ya ni Ghana card number. But it doesn't make sense.
Yes.
It presupposes to me say you need ready say person any right. Near idea one right and they justify 9 wrongs. So the ABB you did yeah national identification. But without a proper national database. And then you won't register. So what I say? Who go on him? I can't cry. We say friends. Yes, will be a member of parliament also declare the asset in there. Anka onyema or asset in there. Nina anka should be integrated.
Your boss where you nina pops up. Yeah.
And to all go on him no. And many we can one not wedding. Who updating no. And in that national level, nina no omenya. And digital space, you know, the world has moved beyond brick and mortar. We should take advantage of it. We are not taking advantage of these things. And then In fact, I'll be very much disappointed in some joy. Say, I this kind of registration, not me to no be a frame, so I send him music, Minebu or Brutri, and one, I'll be very much disappointed. Let's say you wasting taxpayers' money. Now, even if you are not wasting money, me time now. Me to lawyer and also they kono kodi asem no so na kakra de ko vie ko he nkra no sa time na ko de be ko this process no and go to vanya adwuma
bebre
time wasted is money. You are wasting money. So what I say ent mesre, let's sit down. I have a broader stakeholder engagement. Yes, before say proper. I'm using the word proper. Proper national database system. I bet me integrating and synchronizing all identification system into one.
NIA for no Ghana card for no. I want to be NCA in come not just tally this thing.
School. Yet me ko identification we are krn at the about. Et me to bibi we ko update the system next and near catch us the next day no abeje. Ultimate go weeks. I'm serious as a country. If you are serious as a country, the same number way no. Make me any difficulty. The only thing is that I pick my phone. My update BBR within that portal, it should indicate to me when I should come for my SIM card and the time allocated to me. Me buy BBR who was a BTSA processing but we are not doing all these things. You're sorry, politics MPP Kabi about NDC under the registration of Esla Usu and then NDC so they are also Kabi. We are always trying to find fault. We are not looking at how we can make Ghana a better state. And I see a we are not doing anything good for all of us. At the end of the day, no, the ordinary Ghanaian or Timamunino are to the tax on the bread. Because I didn't know this guy never for the Agua to us. I am fan for the Embre. It's messy. Young Nayantanasi. I've been cropping. Near to quite a before identification system. Other than that, this kind of customer break game messness and
Matty.
Yabakwas ABCH.
Matty Robert. May I say, lawyer, my member of Honomo. Lawyer. Debbie, the mami kukwana mami could be star 404 hash.
And I check in.
And I'm a boy and mami. At the end say my Ghana card, everything has been linked. Thank you. Stay safe.
If the new landing call unya bi dana.
Menyabi.
Okay. Omusi wo de anything say unya bi.
Why na kai?
Nya mi nwa na kai.
Justice Prempe.
O say be
osisi ye wi a.
Ejisi ye wi na so why o de wi. Registration won't come.
System no na wo loopholes.
Why o de wi so o de o see be send OTTP bi abro ana. No,
yes, Robert.
Registered successfully with your Ghana card. Thank you and keep safe.
Yes, the same thing I mean, star 404 hash. The same thing I mean, boy, no man, miss a message.
Because OTTP, we are the penny there, but my OTTP,
aye,
near the verify, yes,
aye,
90 years, Bassana call in your view. Yes, I know about you. Son of kind. You see, I not mean you kind. I mean, we are only and say. A bribe Ghana card, yeah, same registration. Era, Sam George. So a stubborn academy on a president. But the Emmy then say on one Casagia say we need same registration. In the first place, what? So yeah. Okay. Say the A and crime you pay what yet say that exercise is good.
Yeah.
But before no idea no. You see, the Biana a year John Dramani Mama, a catcher era and I so won't now kunyane soda. What is o catch na adu
o catch na adu that time no
that time
make kai
so won't na kunya ne so da what is tibet na so communication minister yi o nko share woda tinya abotre what you say na me kwa na me say o be same registration but it was say same registration
yeah
it ni problem ni nyina ne say ye wonkofo bi wo no ma omudi nkofo Ghana card na register o mo same me wa yes sir na eno no oyeye registration we to be twa na entimi ntwa
we are still assistant you London ne ma send mumu bi ne de be sa koso
age be qualified to even do a Ghana card.
I'm told 15 years and I'm 15 years
na obi nya 15 years near my phone oto ye to say money
Na Obinya 15 years.
Obinya 15 years.
Oye Ghana ni. Ya won nga oye Ghana ni.
Registration in there you can use any other ID card to register.
No, I mean
same registration now as I'm George so obey. Waiting the ID card behind.
The big Ghana card or say Ghana card.
Into the 1 year 15 years now. When your phone is same, what the card be na register.
Tell him mama and papa be.
Good. So definitely it will go to a point be say nipa no ni di the Ghana card no enye pe. Or through stage bia it will be an upgrade and I say be updating and I say inside them. So at the any registration bi. So be at the Ghana card register mo bia. The education should go out there. What do Ghana card register mo bi nti. And you maybe say the betimi ato. So share let the packron in there. I in Ghana card on fan registration. Then those changes can be done. Because as I'm now all cano, you know, you say, wow, dear pepe. You don't even need to go and register.
Yes.
You don't need it.
Yeah.
And today, bium. As I'm now all cano. Or can you now or can you now? And yes, same registration as I'm no mocha.
People
should just go and update their records. That time I na Ghana card. ABM perfume near pre-owner me here same card. Me so for the mommy. Madam for the mommy. It is the one your Ghana card. Just go and update your records. And that's how the mobile operators even anti-normal update. Simple as that. At the end of registration, same registration. You see, at the end of year some Georgia. Oh my you say, or chichiri inside the wechi. No one she has.
I didn't hear.
Taxpayers' money no the bear.
Or say it will not come at a cost.
It will not come at a cost to why?
To me no next state. Also, I'm gonna be the cost. Telcos no.
Telcos this woman never bear. Any telcos this area. Telcos going to mean can't change. MTN users say, wow, same card no Ghana card any Ibiano. A do say more blocking cards. No more blocking. Among can't say wow, same card no Ghana card in Shabi. Abrabe. I na telcos need my information.
But say that information should go to the NCA. And you can say information call telecommunication networks and all ya. But I say call or mine or no mine keep it this information any data way.
That is fine. I mean no problem. I go through NCA. NCA NCA message or be brain e be fa dey enso. Nye sim card ya.
Yeah.
Hey. And your money NCA net nasi. Right? And they come to an agreement, say, this is what the telcos are going to do. NCA is aware. Now, that's all because of your same registration. Because the telcos never found car. Yati. The telcos never found car. The telcos need to come to NCA. On what basis? On what basis? And you may be on ma. Or the one cause one change and we are on shares. Maybe I'm a Ghana for the you be 2027 more the other can you be until you rat 20 year and January 2028 hey the other can be until then can go for
the Ghanaian vote and after no one
then can last our tifu so near the nyanzo be lose elections
mu ye bia so amfa
you ya pamo ye 1st January 2028. I better about say, oh, I buy notice what near Pamoya. Hey,
now, yeah, Pamo.
Oh,
sir,
no, they, you see, Omon Pamon only be a static fee. A static fee numbers no munya or parliament no.
Aditia.
Omon doors of the room of the Omvani.
NDC MPs in the doors of the Doma, NDC, one of the Omvani. Lawyer. So ni parliament over but then also
parliament proceedings there heavy there be ah there be ah omonko you rajon remind mama kraka so monto so who your fan wanka
o say appointment no
me do be na chechire o
so when ya enough me can say o say coach ya more players good players be bibiri na hu how selection
no team no one say feel on the free
sir
Real Madrid I'm say Galacticos 4 years trophyless Luis Ronaldo Luis Figo Zinedine Zidane David Beckham 4 years na a team like Lyon the star no why Benzema 4 years. And I make a honor failure. You see, in a strong democracy, extreme form of majority is not important.
Okay.
So we're a political science student. Yeah. That kind of majority is not important.
Oh, yeah, 137, maybe.
Not even 137. At least you should need a minority at a point for a resolution, for resolutions. Very important too. Very important. When you get them for resolutions, and you are putting an argument outside, omoka hunti, a bad thing class on bed, the negative aspect of it. What you say?
That's it.
And some I mean you justice in your brea, Sam George, any achuma this MC and
wisdom or say or MC on or MC.
MC Okum kom. Mumu bi or the brand phone so the Sian or share phones and a same registration a be sister only land in new in every so Mumu awajintia. I said no.
I said lawyer Mumu need to me buy. It is the system.
Buy no say any justice none buy. We na it sign. Asisa. Busa no enre chini na sister new landing for Africa na. En paper he. En paper. Yeah, some of us you all caught about some of these cases. E kwanya sa ni manifesto benja. Me say bi nyame da. I think an education should go on. Yeah. Because e kwanya sa ni manifesto no. Ye nyina ye hu. Some of them quite intel. You will be more on ma banks na you omo di ni ade nyina. Omo ka hu bi. But court matters ni ade nti yentimi nka. Sure. Green banks ni. Sure. Omo ka hu nti omo fa nkwehye say ye same registration na sa ni mane to be dey. Ebetwa. Nti sa.
Mate. Lawyer me da say we dey mo inform be 3 minutes be on a agric minister same way or say no tomato shortage expected. Honorable Eric Opoku. Ningina ye Burkina for decision. I'm starting from free Robert. Robert, do you foresee say the Burkina for year so more ban from next week? Yes, starting free next week Tuesday.
What I see is that we are not a serious country.
Okay.
If we are a serious country, arable lands yo. Bebia you bet me the tomato. And I say a baby as of one lefifi. Near Tiho, near dependent tomato on Burkina. Now, toward say maybe a dams, I bet me all year round farming. Near year dams, any meaningful dams. Near Tanawa, better. And then other parts of Africa, it be a body underground tunnel. So, now Sonia could go on a store. Now, or you and the banner a pepper or they are spray or they are irrigating the plants. Yet, what we are waiting on, say, Burkina Faso, the Omundo. Niemfa yinimra and farming I call the digital space in the city bibia can was Germany rooftops body farms farmhouses city centers farmhouses or vegetables tomatoes and sanya money nyina buy in abundance to the extent that we are losing lives to people amuko Burkina cover tomatoes it shows that you are not a serious state. To the extent that your minister was better about it because he is shortage because of Burkina Faso. We are not serious. If you are serious, I dare you can say you want to be that. Agriculture, farming, farm products. You be and you can say that. If you are serious, opa ma and so turn to us continuously. Can one nipa enfa and we are baby feel. It tells you something. Say your lands are very fertile. And we have vast lands. And then you say you produce illiterate intellectuals. You are not getting a lot of graduates. And we are not making agriculture attractive for the youth to venture in. And then obia ko school o ko sua ade so nyaduma ya ma fan kwatra office. And today also come there. If we are building farmhouses, I are attractive. Ebi a KSTU elipa be 1,000 impo na ye segregate omu ni a board farmhouse omu hwe no omu fanya enko betimi de feed asante region ye nya KNUS elipa be 1,000 no omu so nya sa ye betimi feed asante region bra ye ntimi nkase ye kofa aduane edi tomato eni jene eni ho ne ma dia ba na ye timamufuo ewu enam kwan so ewu ni ye an robbers attack bi Eji omusika the capital
jetri
no mo ko fa enema de ba no mu lusu ni nyina ye repu biru ne sa niema no ne ye to sa niema we na in some debate me enim go asem in this age and time if you are still thinking about say Burkina Faso no was your comfort tomato ba the shocking thing grandpa me reading some time ago say mango nya ya credible mamu
kotodwe ye made
yeah doesn't make sense to you
it
doesn't make sense. And you do obi akoto ministry or minister of agriculture ye can interest abayin ko abayin from time immemorial and until then sasa it should take first of these sectors
mate
you making sure say o man no you be food sufficient you betimi aye sa de no arabolas na won head
mate mate
you are not serious
mate justice mamemra ho
Nkofo tio pa na lawyer education, it is not true that Ghana card benya just 15 years. I'm reading a document from the NIA.
Okay. Oseni any bia e ba ye nche anameboa. Okay.
His argument is that
me kra me kan bi say minim say 15 years e kono mo ye. Okay.
Registration of Ghanaians in Ghana. Who qualifies to register for a Ghana card? This is the answer. All Ghanaian citizens age 0 and above and living in Ghana.
Mate.
Inti abofre bia ebe wono Ghana.
Nye. You be Ghana card man.
NIA code say ye Ghana card nye the enfama. Inti the argument says akola nye 15 years. Na just say na mama ne papa then that is not the point. Ebi must say about the cost. This is some joy speaking.
Justice nim.
No, you see, me say I have very big platform.
Matiase.
To be cancer no crowd. It was say clarify.
Matiase.
About the cost. The minister has said the times without number. Said the cost is going to be bared by the telecommunications.
Me
and so person still cording chronic term say Ghana for the belly.
Tomatoes no.
Which is not true.
Tomatoes ni benye biedi.
Ghana for abaso. Tomato edwadifo nyina baso na tomatoes de bi ni unse utimi ya anwa mo kakra na onya omeku na onya ntu na ka kwa no
yes so ne me po anwa mo ne de no
ko omega zo me one village one da mo kai the purpose of the one village one da
is it how akumsin
and almost see the ntu omo ye nyina ne se de be ya all year
farming
afimuni nyina what is say this by na people for to dam
yes e bi kura wewe
enti na ye ka say un say sa niema ne sa promises na ye no na nya de papa but going forward abanya ba was one wa creative farming service centers farming service centers ni ye bi baby yantam obi wo hono ma no onimdie no wo farming ho nanso so na asase kura onye de onibi ti farming service centers okọ ho akọkire me de me pe asase kakra de adua me no bae aban betimi abo ne ni nkromo ofo hemfo akasa ne ama obi minister for agriculture say ye over 30,000 seedlings ha e dia collab CSIR
or
ye
crop research
I betimi ade adua bebre de ewo kroma enti achia nenso enye de me de mechanic say aban for the 90 form because tomatoes there you didn't all year you didn't all round
the bia
support to your farmers no say isikaboti ni bi kura na de be show masene e wo say ma competition so bi de eba ho say o ye farmer
yes Ghana de no aduane nim kese ensuo na Burkina de we
why are you not taking advantage of their technology
no crop research for the work from a
Sahai. Oma ye ni nyina. Unzo ma ye ni nyina zo. Research ni sa manyo unzo ma ye.
Ade ba ko ya Ghana.
La sempa na kana na sa.
Mama ka
me ba.
On bodukwan.
Bodukwan yes.
Unim say me ko fa regional soil I think agric BBR de no come maize farm we se chedumasi. Baby, way back, I'm the upper west or baby, kwa untimi dia e you or
MPP for
no, make say, they be what
Abrobe.
Yes, untimi dia no. Omako akoye research. I mean, you say, ubetimi e bia.
Abrobe wo sa northern part or
yes.
Amana ye.
Yes, enti bodukwan no yewura ohene ne the odano no ne ba no odano.
Yeah.
Who was all land ne ade na obetimi they will give you that kind of seedling ne ade na obetimi.
No wetin dua or not for. No mama be fa dia ba be sa pineapple juice no. And na wo pechi ne me bo a. What they call a friend say Oh, Madam for Hini. Sabia Krufum hono. Yes. Just as inti.
Me the man no sina me kasa ade ba konso Ghana for yen hwe taste for foreign products.
Yeah.
We say Ghana for sheda obi ti kura yesu. Na shoe na wa na Ghana ya no.
Oh, kama.
Made in Ghana gu wa yento. To boso akwatwiro made in China.
Made in Italy.
Made in Italy. It's Ghana for Madam Roman wani di. Ma ye nyina ye sha se be patronize ya ye de. Se patronize ya ye de and scan ka krum ha. Oh, and the sense to create employment because it those ibu bebre na say nipa no kofa nefo no de bie choba bi kra no ye adwuma eja obetimi afa nipa baako no so aba beboa no say ye de bie restaurant nipa no so betimi akọ no akọ ye adwuma o say Ghana for in develop a taste for our local products ye sha ban so onye ne ho na ni initiatives a odi gu akwam entonye de enkoso na Ghana for nyina ho nye de entom
lawyer
no munye na NHI bo so
lawyer
no akambia
tomatoes, a Greek minister said, and short.
Jamaican say, if say, Ghana card registration from 0. Yes, but 0 to 14.
What's the year question?
0 to 14 years. 0 to 14 years. They would have ruling hospitals. But Omunyan Shasi.
Okay.
Because Ghana card no making it was a law and so those things are in. But from 15 years or above, and it is 30. You see, I can go on my 15 years. I use but what 15? And I'm the time next one you want going into bed. So I have, say, okay. But I just wanted him to know that now 0 to 14 in young ruling out.
Okay. Matthias,
over
lawyer and tools.
Baby, I can't Ghana for Burkina. Me pedi fi Burkina.
Se Ghana de nsu wom dodo. Na Burkina de na aduane wom.
Ntozu de.
Si de aduane wom. Lawyer.
Na pe Burkina de na say you go for Burkina de abru go adwuma na businessmen enu. You be train Burkina de no say na be a obeto no so nya bibidi ayi. Ti ansha si ampeye ndia. You be kosu echi na hwe Burkina. The minister some can see ye tomato shortage. Fine, it's good see ye. But ye de na ye won ye pe.
Yeah, no question.
Ye pe.
Baby,
ye mpa de nti na ye mpe. What is different? De na Burkina de na ye pechen ye de. De na ye ya afa ho.
Yeah.
What I say? When I was a minister na ye de na betimi a won so na Anto na say.
It's true.
What I say?
It's true.
Ti me feel say ya say Burkina Faso beka che Ghana for say Ghana, an arable and fertile land like Ghana.
Yeah.
Na Burkina for can't share and say you fire tomatoes from Remubium. Ya lucky gate. Na a soon
see soon.
I had it Ghana. Burkina Burkina Faso no because me mo show bi so ekura wa koso nyina be onye fe kwa Burkina Faso
some my child or my nim ho mo kura kom now kon
be onye fe
yo mo no aduane wo kura obrofo no
sir
now we French welcome me na me child or family
okay
ura my actual welcome to Burkina
Faso
Edoba Kumasi
yeah lawyer na ye wie no ye wie no ha
ye de me Kenya say nyame adoma of fire August 8th and 9th ye beto aba wa santimantemo
yes
na may call for deputy secretary
deputy Ashanti regional secretary. NPP secretary
yes NPP
lawyer Kingsley Nana Bonsu Chirichi anaide
Kingsley Bonsu Chirichi
yes
Kingsley they quite fast by them me pese me kan wa se
yeah to aso
but nyame ya do me dru a
obeto abanda be 8th
and
9th August
for regional election
okay
no minim se ne hihye ni bisi akọ
okay it's by 10th there near declare
yes
as the deputy
9th when you made it declare
since 10th ni akoda nyame ase
10th ni akoda nyame by 9th when you made there near declare
it's one of so lokuno baba no
Solokun de Monday ya na ye shafie e wo menhia south. Monday Solokun de ye chianza. Initiative of lawyer na eje ba for wo. Very nice initiative.
Yes.
Ashanti New Town menhia south de champion to the Solokun ye mai. Nti e hu hia yi pa. Ene ne o make ka ho nuane no cooking competition tag of war. Yes. Solokun na wo pege kwa TV sheda. Ase o kwa o chun na be na no sa ede.
Solokun be che be china fa.
Nti no. Nti nyame adoma me sre MPP. Esi ayin ye to ayin. Adwuma no metumi aye.
Abroso.
Na ye bi pen. De omo hwehwe se obi be ye wo party no me aka se party no. Nipa we ye nya no party me ye pe no. Me ye.
Mate.
Na metumi aye am na abroso. Na me sre you John Dramani Mahama. Eni you esi edu nketia. Eni you na akwesi. Any adjusted constituency chairman in this. Tell me so. NI office need tea.
Mate. Robert Medasi. We're justice of justice said Juma with
the voice of the people is
the voice of God. Straight. Oh yes. Nipa nyenti on the matri. I was avoid Edamase. Meda lawyer say ewie. Medana se pa se obekan home and miaminia Robert Dambo Associate Ashanti Regional PNC Secretary Medana se Justice Prempe the NDC or the NDC communication team Emma oye the incoming Ejuso Municipal Assembly National Health Insurance Authority boss ewo Ejuso Justice Nyame Enshira Lawyer Kingsley Bonsuchirichie Associate Second Vice Chairman MPP ewo eye Menshia South Montie lawyer nka medamase yakopon ya adom a ebusiafo ye beto aso de afria se yakopon ya adom a echina medamase ebehia